Yo, for Mima Munina Atnase, Eba Apatakesie, Ase. Senene da wodi wofidi to a yema akwaba. Na sabri ene drua ye hye ye ho enkran. Osim fatu nti ena ama prison ni era ho. Nti edru sabri a ene edi nsem bi ye fatu ho ye di bi ye arechichire ye di bi ye futusem na ye chichire ye re na obra kwantu yetimi ede abo akọ yenim. Eye yen edi nkran hyesemi ebrewo eye me edisipoku mene Father Edmond ena Osofo Eric Osei Donason ena memende bia ifri eye nonduba akon yede nkran hyesemi ebrewo na sede dane dai ni muno ansa ne be hyase no ne yede nchia stronko de ma sematifo amu wiase afana nyina emu ahemfo emu ahema emu asempakafo ene emu adwumayefo ni nyina yede enchia stronko ema obibia wa wotie me nso me chia opa wo Awurade Yesu Kristo di mu a wo hwe me ewo Asem TV no so me chia wo ewo Awurade Yesu Kristo di mu bebre ni nim se Asem TV no ho uko YouTube a type Asem Radio TV uko Asem Radio TV a ubohu se programs no bebre di aye twam ne de ewo nyina na eguho ti betima he topic kro na wo ni bebo so no na wa kenkan bia na wabie na watie bi se de be ya bia na emu nsem no na ebi beto na wonim uko ha obenya de chemu nsem ubenya asetran padwumadie ubenya Asem prayer tower ni nyina ewo ho ye de prayer tower for asi ewo ne ishra omde memende ishra omde abedum yen ye de omasipa na ansana ye bekọ ewura patanase ne ahwese bibia koso ne akoto nwoma no ye behwe ne ebusa ye papa Father Edmond se Father ne ho tesen ana Father ye chiawo aya anopai ewo Awurade Yesu Kristo di mu busa se ho tesen emayen
me jewo sunana du se poku mpai bo nyame abom me ho ye bebre me gidi se wati na okunye mu de na won so ho ye na Asem radio tifo mu tie nso me gidi se obi a so Nyankopon de dai ache no.
Amen sa pepepe sa de nya chisi ya krim na nu se obo ade waye bi eno nko a ehia me echen bibia wo nkwa na wo ade na wonim kwa ede bia na obetimi aye ti yenya nkwan de ni nim se Nyankopon obibi ede mayen yo na ye hu se Father ehun ye de ne de eda apai so yabeto no Apatakesie ase ena ye de beto wanim ene de ye beto no apate ase o say courage now to me say akuku odro intine se ene akuku odro ehu asem ena ye bedi emu nkomo ena ye bedi enti se wonu bi nyamfa na pono to ha to hu na ka kyen se omfa na pono to Asem radio na bia na ene asem ebai na ebekọ amano ana ono na asemi ebetimi afa no ho bia na me akora ameti we na ebefa me ho ko si nyina obi kan si yesua de no na ye hu aduru yesua de no na ye hu aduru o se akoko aduru na se de da bia no ye no yekọ no potokasa nim na de aba akankasa nim abedi nkomo na iwia Father enso de ne enwoma no beka no na Father so abiebie mu amaye ne iwia de ahoma na tum esanse nyansa ni ba kofo triminti no na wo so de wo suahunu awo a wo de bedum yen ene nkranhye yi ne nyina aso atiew ne nyina nya bibi afiri ho ne asua bibi afiri mu we ntina ye nokure trodo ma chro na kan ye no o se me nya ye mu nhye mu da ebra yehie mu sei na wo kasa na me kasa na wo kasa no ebia no wonum kasa na abebie me pono bi a lock for years a me pe ho safoa na bia na safoa na bedi ho if you say obi enhira ekuta obi Nyankopɔn obo ade no mfiri soro no abasa ke mi ne o wo se say jiwade ode nam nipa so ene ba ho enti de bia memu bibia bomfia da na da ne de nyina no gitum se Nyankopɔn no o hyew nua na oben wo ne mu ono a ehwa so na bonsam so ototo no momone enti de bia no wo se nyame ne ye na bonsam ne ye enti de bia no so tie ene na eka asempa kire wo no chen se ene na eka bone e kire wo ya bedru Apatakesie wosi akokoduro courage nti eduspoku na mbe yankinkan courage was what will life be if we have no courage to attempt anything new? What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Was it sign and cabrabon crabe? Sinki ni akokoduro si betima hye bibia se fofora anka wa busa ho se obra no nkese na be utum se nka obra no be ebeye mai tese ebeye bibibi tese wa akra na wo tese unia akokoduro tese unia ni da so omo munia akokoduro no sori ade ketewa bi hye no so a o se we de mawu awie ntimi ame kokumi ho ade enti na wo so kokun ho wo se unia akokoduro was inti nka life kra be say obra no say ne ka betimi aye se ni akokoduro de hye bibia ase a inti akokoduro ena me yetimi de hye bibia ase ade akosha ase sa ade no be yie se nye yie ade no be koyie enkoyie ema wo de hye ase foforo obi aye obibi nanso so wotewa ase anya hwe mama no second chance obo ade no kwatimi ma second chance gaboni ayi enka watwitwa yi nyina te se nhwire ni watutu yi nyina gu yi gota bi mkra because ene ya na 31st asako nyina papa boni ye last ye nye bio o twe no ho na ise nkola bi a o musika to fom a sika no to fom a no mo ye sika na yira o mo hwehwa o mu hu na ba ko ye no se ke ye nka nkire Nyankopɔn so hwehwe sika no mai ne sika no so ye be 5 cities o se sika no de man ya ye be che sika no ni ama no half na yen so ya fa half ba ko nyina o se na sika no ye se na onyama yen ya ye be man half na ye so ya fa half ekura ba ko na o se o ye de 10 no ye de 10 unim ye treke no o de man wi ya no an sa na ye ni akokoduro nti cause do say ya 31st ani akọ mi asa akọ ka kire urade ye twen ho a but Nyankopɔn ma ye second chance nti o se se enka akokoduro ni ho a kebede ni aborakura be saying was it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Was it akokoduro ene di eden uhia akokoduro ansa no watimi anyini se wanya akokoduro a wo de hwe akwala ye wo akwala se de wo siti eti ono nam fom sa but nyema bia wo won fom se wasan ka oni na ka wasan kai won kwala bi nka bu enema mpanie ene nyema bia de atoto fom o wewe nyina na e wo no na force no the force no the sorry ni nyina ya akokoduro osinti ehia akokoduro ansa na obetimi agina ho enti se woni akokoduro a wotimi nyina ho wanya akokoduro wotimi hye bibia ase wanya akokoduro asisi a no wabamabu ade ketuwa bi kra na ye yi ana wabamabu na nura me ye anye yi na ene na me ye abetima yi was it try again if you at first you don't succeed nya akokoduro ewo bibia wo ye bia mu na wonya akokoduro a ena ade no osi etimi wie peye was fear is reaction and courage is decision osi ehu eye just atenka keke na wotenka se ade baby akosum bi wo ho wo na bibia hunahuna se ahwayem se obi tekona ho eye wadwene na ekere se obi tekona bia obi antekona ho so hu but osi akokoduro ma onya make decision enti akokoduro nti no timi said kai tokro mo obi hye he mam ko fa kanea no yeso obi hye a me de ade enti wonim se adwen na ba ho ayidi hu ba no ba o mi so fa kanea no wo be fa protection so aka ho aka se ke mam pa ba bi na in case se me hu se obi hye a me ye dey me ne dia face o sinti akokoduro ma wo take decision e ma wo tu anamon na ehu de e che se e ma wo che se ye wadwene mu e na e kyerkyerɛ se ade wo ehu de bi ehu na kan ya hye ye pese ye ade bi wo se hu akan ya hye untimi nye ade wo yakoye enye ye untimi nye na ya ma ye jai wo se entiman ma sa ehu no enye ye bre na akokoduro mu enyina ho emaye da ne da nyina. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Osi ye da ya so nyina ebetimi abamu a dise ye nya akokoduro a ye de tata no ikodi akiri ye nya akokoduro e di saa de na chi se nya akokoduro ne ye mahu ekan ya bibie ni wa ye be yi because wa kra wo kwaye no wo abohu na nyankopon no beta wa chi se kono ono mohu ma ade nso aka je se de wa kyerɛ wasase so no eno anu wa kyerɛ so nti se hu aka ho de a wo so ama hu aka no wo nkodi wachi na oni ba bia de ne ko nti wo mahu kan wa nyame dwane taw na bonsama be take place nti na wonya akokoduro se wo kwa da bia na nyankopon na odi wachi nti wo say if we have courage to begin, you will have courage to succeed. And so say, yet into ye may to me nyakukodro se bashassia. It me ma in nyakukodro so ede, it dinkunim. Because once when nyakukodro so washasiano, akukodro chrono, I'm obedient in mebuabem. I'm obedient in mebuabem. Would have share a jata. What one or ere, what tamunambia. What tedi but akokoduro bi ode be sori ba mo de ba no te wa ya ready say aboa ma che no wi but what wo si abaka se wonya say o che aboa no all of a sudden abu so sorry boom obata aboa no sa akopin so be che so hu enti o se sa na akokoduro ti enti wo se bibia wo ye bia no nyemu akokoduro ade bia ni wasase we so anyankopon boy a wo be fa no easy keke ena obibia so be fa no fo bia na obi kan say wo fast wo pass ma defo dia unya asem so for bad defo dia unya asem so defo ri ade bia be pe na defo di wasase so bia no benya ho asem so defo ri so hu but dem wo di akokoduro ya tam ade no be succeed no kra wo ti was ade we pa stretch me na mo wonya suahu bebre nti next time un so say ade no be munagu emunigu a wonim kwan ya nam so a wo de hyehyɛ si ho wo be sanfa ahyehyɛ asi ho wo be sanfa na de asi ho or say he who that is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. He who that is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. Wasi obia uni akokoduro pa se wodi obra chacha ya nipa tui ti se me pese me build we me pese me ne hu account no wajai me pese wasi se wanya saa obra mu chacha no ebi obra mu akokoduro chacha no se wanya bibia ni ho a unsa betimi aka e wa asase so go abrabo no chacha. Life is a risk. You have to take a risk to succeed. Take a risk to win. It is a day we are calling us. I hear the music. I hear no I say. Can we say na better say jai? Well, we can say I hear the music. No, why would the cash is canon? Enti or say we need akokoduro enough. Say o de obra would bra beto say na maybe na de akokoduro di achiri dia ene wonsa entimi enka bibia ewo asase so. Aha nne nkranhye nkenkan no edi yebesi na say de da ne da nyina no ye no yebeko fada ho na nne nkranhye sema bae the father so betimi bie mu ni nyina nya hunu bi ye wi a na ye de ahoma tum na se de nyansa ni ba kofo tirim no na so wo de aba ni nyina ye sua de no na ye ho aduru father me san chia wa no pa bi wo Awurade Yesu Kristo din mu
me jo so na do say poku na wa me twi kese ba ko abrabo mu chacha
eno also to abrabo mu chacha je sa de onko ani
chacha yesu ne to a wi yesi enye yesu
yesi enye but abrabo mu de edu was all to chacha no na won say ke making sure say medi na what
yeah eti yo ene yen to aso abrabo mu chacha no ha no say ye hu say nyina timi tu bi nyesa
enye that opportunity yen ni bi da
yeah yenti said ye wo kai no kudru ade a nipa bia no yehia wo enyuma a yedie no but definition now broni o say courage is the ability to do something that frightens you ha ade bia ehunahuna awo no se utimenya akudru
udi ni sunkunim
eno na ye courage enti enema bi wo wiase a ebetimi aboa ebetimi aye enso ehunahuna ye
na ma ya twa asan
so ehunahuna enti usuor ma se obi okowri high jump ese de ade
tintin ya
ese usuru ka ana me da ehuri ade
emu me tintin ni
enti de ehunahuna asan se utime egada momentum no kukudo na so okuhuri bi kwa na ukura na wahuri kura se bi aba na
ade no no
enti the to be also courage is a strength in the face of pain or grief. Say edu be bi nso ana odi oyaw awerɛhoɔ bi ewu abɛhyɛ so say awerɛhoɔ hyɛ so ana so oyaw so a boma wuntimi nya atenka bi mpo so be bibi
sanete
so obi wɔ hɔ no ma sa abre no mukwa no betumi nya atenka nya kudu so obe bibi enti boma ibetimi aka say oh he fought his illness with great courage. Ebia say yare bi kura to na pain or ye bi kom. Na office we dey ubi we ni bet. Ubo mo betime gina pintin obey the baby ama why dey be onya yaresa. Enti courageous enti emna wo oye omo. Enti courage is the ability to do something difficult even when there is risk. And how kind no. Say u ye bi ai chede so emrekwa wonu se chacha wo tu ikura na bi kwa unwini
bia unwini
ubelusu and so you get the courage to do it. The courageous people do and say what they think is right despite opposition. Nti obi a okudro no abibia no ade a ono fe say we eye ade ese meye no obeye ena do hu se eye no kwere nso beka ebi kura na ebi muja na chiko mu twetwe na tale ka se
enye ye wuntimi nye hwan
okay menka
enka sem we
ultimate as na se show so na be so ka
yes no ye wa no nka
oye se wo ka na obi ebu eni kire o
na die na opeso yi
be wu nim sa dia wo peso ka na ye right nti no wo de be umu akura
obeka
eti o say courageous people do and say what they think is right despite the opposition. Enti obi wo kuduro na se onum se ade a meye ade eya ana se ade e nokure na emfa ho na de ubeye
obeye ade kro no.
Now you say have you ever felt like giving up as you don't seem to be making any progress? Say uye bibi wo asesemu na I said there who say unkan ko den koso ye edu be bia wa ba mutimi bu then you feel like giving up.
Yeah,
you mu bebre nyina mi si ya fasa tibie mu pen that it got to a time that we felt like no maybe I may do there I will give up. Maybe I will say already adwuma se kura bia you do bi kura no be because na dia me ye kura machine ya me call to kura fa so be baso
be ne be baso
if am koto cement bi fa nko bo me da so kura
sanity
and you can feel like giving up because you are not making progress.
Yeah.
So, or you want to make a decision, but you don't feel you are up to it. If you and so if you feel say you are not up to it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are losing patience as you are not getting to where you would like to be quick enough. If you are brabono, maybe I will person who do a brabono.
Time is running up.
So are you in that position and are you feeling like giving up? Don't worry if you find yourself in this position. So who was said because na oma omutimi esosidi efrisa atibie mu no ye omomunya kokoduro etimi eye bibi extraordinary eye bibi a you if you put 1 + 2 a unya answer. They try to do something actually adjoining so people who get that courage to think beyond the box, to go away from the norm, to go away from what is defined, they are always able to succeed in this kind of situation. In the end, I won't say kukudro because you what to be able to say ebia aware no enema bi nkoye said the officer be man or bano na dwen obeye no wakyerɛ mu a bɛsɛ mfie num mfie du so unhu sesai bia wo mu wo ho asɛ ebre ekwajaw so enti saa ne men etimi ebu yabem bebre now yebu say say yeba tibia mu say ya ade ba kwa say you have to remember the steps you have taken to get to where you are today. Sabi baby a wo say no wo de niam bi gu akwa mu ene ma wo duru baby a wo say enye se wo hwiri ya na beduru ho no enso esa kokoduro na ye ka wasem no wo de ka nya birida e bi twam we say one enye anamo bi enye decision bi a wo take wo mmiri bi a esesa wa brabo anka be enei sabi ka oti Apatakesie so ho dum ke bi anka wonte so
sanity
enti se du baby na so hwe na se ase wa ba mu yebu a o say remember the steps you took or you have been taken to get to where you are. The courageous steps, the moment that you have to be so courageous to yourself to do things that people were even trying to stop you to do.
Yeah.
Remember those steps you took before you got to where you are today. Because offer courage now, and I make in my definition the also was the ability to do something that frightens you. That's my canon. The definition back also a year me debibre also I say it is the state or quality of mind or spirit, the state or the quality of mind or spirit that enables one to face danger. So the state of your quality of your mind, say the why dream nimdietie any utunsumu numdietie. Enti sad way say you can courage na enye say wahoden a empempe ka courage a ya dream bebre eba what we call bodily or physical
courage.
Who said the first was the state, the quality of mind and the state of the spirit. One kasa mususumu nyumedi ewumu. It ebua ema utimi eye etu anamo a face danger, fear and so many things. Enti we kire say courage is broad. You call the steps, the various steps of courage. You call who say courage is not just say physical, but it embodies so many things. The whole human being.
Yeah.
Now, or say there are some quotes. You have cited some quotes already about courage. That you say all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.
Yeah.
There are other ones that I find them so much touching. One, courage doesn't always roll. To roar means like something making noise, big noise, like the roar of a lion. Ijatebu boom. Ikukudro ombu boom. Boom. Wo kukudro so ko ebinya safuna ko jina abanso so abu boom. No. I say courage doesn't always roll. Sometimes courage is the silent voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. Sometimes courage is the silent voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. Inti say what do tiapim the whole day na entimi ade opeso ye no entimi anye ye no na wabema bu no na nwumre du no kudro ebetimi aka cho say no me ma sa abamubu enseme so de momotina no mesa ide be asan aye de miye na manye no. And that is courage. It's a silent voice. It doesn't roar, it doesn't make noise. Another quote back was say, whatever you do, you need courage. We need courage.
Yeah.
Whatever course you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are wrong. There are always difficulties arising that tempt you to believe your critics are right. And maybe so be here. I bet you say no, I decided you crowd has a crowd because you sent me and also why they went in a way. A money muabem. A mano emuabem. But was it courage is the commitment to begin without any guarantee of success. Emrekwa who shebi bia se emrekwa who kwa who nim say wait me de be edinkunim say the all kind of babomu chacha.
Yeah.
Who to chacha unu say ubetimi wini kusuru to and that's what wini. So you have no guarantee of any success. But we are the you able to take that particular courageous act. Now adeba ko di enya abibia na yimu biye ntimi enya kukuduro enye enema asiye eye comfort. Se ye si yasisi o baby a na se ye boy apata o baby na se enema kuye na se ye dide wo ma ye pese be free mu aye de be I say ye ti baby a awowe awo ba ne you bo ma wo share ntuma wo share ni ti ko share ntuma no ma the na free bu because eho ye de on pie be sha wo ni onko. So enti o say you can choose courage or you can choose comfort.
Yeah.
But you cannot choose both. You cannot choose both. If you choose to be courageous, then you must forgo comfort, your comfort zone. And if you choose to choose comfort, then you must forgo that you can be courageous. So benya kudro.
Yeah.
So enti say we will meet you ekuo no would say oh sister we say you are down for and so maybe a ye no enye and so sister na nekwa bontin ko didi. That is your comfort. Or kwa ofro ebewura yenko na woko. So if you want to maintain that comfort zone, and for fun one only sanentem na and you have to forget being courageous to tell her the wrong things she's doing. But if you want to face her and tell her that sister with the more than for, but idea going being so courageous means that you might also lose that comfort that or on ye be on
from you.
So I say you can either choose courage or comfort, but you cannot choose both. You cannot choose both. ye mu bebre ye anam ye suben bi edia suban no ye friend no Bible me kwa say this are hypocrite. Hypocritical attitude and ye chere. Very good. And ye man enkoso and so esa say ye be lose your comfort in your comfort zones no ye near the bay ye pese ye be fi hono. Now I say what are now so every courageous step count. If you want to be courageous and say you could donate maybe we are here. Every step we take count. Every step we take count. So, but before then, I would like to talk about what are the kinds of courage we have. There are different kinds of courage because we don't only have physical courage. So the first one, because of physical courage, say ahodimu kukudro, ahodimu kukudro, say eduyei ubetimi anya kukudro apeja na wahodin na wo kire your strength. Or say feeling fear yet choosing to act. That's physical courage. That idea usro say you hide usro say bia ukufia onambebu.
Yeah.
And so you decide to act. That is physical courage. Now, we also have emotional courage. Emotional courage, that's a following our heart. Say, ubedi wakuma edebe echi. Ubon say, adia ekos you enye, and so wakuma echi say, no, your heart is telling you this is wrong. So you follow what your heart dictates for you. That's emotional courage. We also have intellectual courage. Intellectual courage is expanding our horizon. Of letting go of the familiar. Say a name be our office, what's here and they 1, 2, 3, and you know, we are now yoga, headmaster, one hour. No, it will be a so to me at more. Now, we broaden your intellectual knowledge. That's intellectual courage. We have social courage. Social courage, that's it, to be ourselves in the face of adversity. Society, a woman, and near maybe come, near maybe also yet, but you don't follow the crowd. Follow the nipa bebre ekano. Follow and I'm one bebre etuno. I say sometimes it's not always the case that the majority, you say in the politics, in democracy, you say the majority carry the vote.
Yeah.
But it's not always that the majority are right. So as a parliament, a majority leader and minority leader.
Yeah.
The majority can take a decision and they are the majority, they may win, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are always right. So social courage is to when you let be yourself, you don't let others dictate for you. Despite the adversity and then the difficulties you are facing, you be yourself. That is social courage. And we also have moral courage, standing up for what is right. Moral courage, standing up for what is right. Idea who to me agents so say no, we dear a idea and I say idea any. The chat a spiritual courage. Spiritual courage. Say ubinya humu ekudru. Because we are na ye wono enisuo eni humu nyuma. Enti se wunya enisuo mu physical courage ya na se we nya humu akukudru a enima metima de be edi wunya. Enti sa enema ade a eboaye. Now ye busa courage. You busa say e dey be kwa e be ya man. Then what is the advantage if somebody is courageous? Benefit of courage. Or say courage gives you the power to chase after things that are important to you. So at the end, you go after those things. It also help you. It also gives you self-confidence. Self-confidence. And it allows you to believe in your own abilities. You believe in your own abilities, and you don't wait for people to praise you or to tell you that you can do it. You know that you can do it yourself. It's important that you realize that courage is not the absence of fear. And you can say, "Wakudra," and not just say, "A slow way if you cry." A slow bit me or honum, but you ubebu and yegusrone so.
It's running so.
Very good, so ni show so. And just to be kudrono, na say slow I de be in the no slow our honum, but oma slow no ye de be and show so. So now, I say every step that we take count. That where if you want to be successful in life, I say sometimes life can be challenging, and you can feel as though you are not getting anywhere. However, you have to remember that every courageous step count, and if you take small steps every day, and one day you will get there. Every step. And the men train and say no. Who grew up so be there? Who train? I'm that was starting to boom. No. And you will take one step at a time. Every small step you take count. Or say courageous steps are small actions that take you outside your comfort zone. Those actions you take will take you outside the comfort zone. So you can either choose courage or choose comfort. So courageous action means that you have been lifted away from your comfort zone. And now you will say, what are some of the examples of courageous steps? The steps that you have to take, the small steps. One, be honest with yourself. Step one, gasano. You and to be honest of yourself. Say you cannot be Mr. A and let people know that you are Mr. B. So be honest of yourself. Let you. If you are A in the dark, let people know in the light that you are A.
Sanity.
If you are B in the dark, let people know that you are B in the dark. So be honest of yourself. The authors will be or say apologizing to someone you hurt. Say why you ubi and wafum ubi so apologizing to someone you hurt. The authors will say asking for help. Busa emwa efi enipa a ofe so betimi nya be bia betimi nya wide every because nobody has it all in the world. Nobody has it all. And if you do baby na say man they were not nebusa. The authors will say forgive someone who has hurt you. Say obi eteta ona so a na so papa I'm sorry. Ade na that's what you want. Or say going on a creating personal boundaries for yourself. You have to create personal boundaries for yourself, because if you without personal boundaries, you always do what people will like you will want you to do. So you create personal boundaries for yourself. You have to be outgoing, but you have to know where the limit is.
So when you open,
starting something new, abibia try so bet maybe be yefufro. And yet that na take the no de be. So abibia no is so be adofro. Believing in yourself for the first time. Ma bribi enu obeka se enewe de megimhudi. So believe in yourself. Learning to laugh again. You have to learn to laugh again. Ebia you laughed before ankoye ukodo obi odore kumanya kwehye mu ankoye edu onti wo se be market em ene aware no kra de se metan won musa. So no, and I say odore kwehye odu jide kwehye obi mu obemu wobu abemu se me bande se de ibi ukra beja pade ko me fani di nto so. No. Learn to laugh again. Learn to laugh again. Learn to say yes and no when you really mean it. Sa adi we say before edi enya bebre. Wonu mi say wonu na ya appointment na wonu say ade no wo ma no. On ka just wo ma o. O ka say beba. Adare bi no ye na be hu no. So, learn to say yes and no when you really mean it. When you want to say yes, say yes. If you want to say no, say no.
No.
Because say yes, and you meant no. And the thought was speaking up for yourself or as a cause you believe in. So speak up for yourself or as something that you believe in. Now, I say walking away from gossip or negativity. The thought will be also following your heart. The wakumeki. Yenina yakuma sunsum bi ewe mu a e call the conscience e kasa kire yen tie bibia eye etu anamo a eye ne anamo anya o kasa kire yen enso abibia ne empembi o ma yindi ekire yindi yakumeki so di wakumeki follow your heart. Now yehu say these are the courageous steps enema ebetimi anamo ebetimi etu ama ya build our self-confidence. Ama etimi I a lot of courage to do oh ya brabo. Now, enema be na betimi ehu say obi or honoma the person is courageous. How obey the one say assume say wo kudru. How will you know? Or say what are the characteristics of a courageous person? They be na betimi ehu lipe mu about say nteni pe de or kudru. One, self-confidence. So bon say lipa no or the courageous people believe in themselves. Self-confidence, conviction, or TDA ewonimu say oh they always know where courageous people they always know where they stand. Conviction they know exactly say how them so when you say integrity courageous people know the difference between right and wrong. Integrity or ni pesu awoye no on person be say no enti say now there are some good leaders who are courageous, people who are objectivity, who are straightforward. They will tell you if pimping or buni pimping no upon a baby. Enyina eye niema betimi ho say nipa we okudru. Dem di chatwo or say 3 important steps if you want to be courageous. Say pese nya okudru are 3 important steps. The kind or say try. Odie bohumo den so be debe obeye try and trust. Nyagidie so try it, trust what you want to trust and speak about it. Try it, trust it, and tell about it. The 3 T are important. So if you are not able to, if you don't want to try it, courageous people always want to try it. They always want to trust what they are trying. And they always want to speak about, to tell, to talk about what they want to do. They are not afraid. They are not afraid. And now the day mano isi a hard say no. Now the chat to how can I be brave? How can I be so much courageous? The person could do I'm scared. Miss me boss. Miss me I saw me cocaine. And how can I be so brave, so courageous? And is so honor. Also, keep taking action. Keep taking action. So who stroke that? Take small action, gradual action. One day you will be there, you will take a bigger one. Keep taking action. So so by what person say sano, and then make society people say start taking small action. One day you will take a bigger one. The thoughts also don't stop making decisions. Feel it. Feel it. Sa esunu man sa de na ekoso de nye feel it say kaye wa say na If you be and you feel it, you put yourself in the situation, feel it. The thoughts also think about one benefit. Think about one benefit. Say, I did what me, yeah. So think about one benefit. The thoughts will say conquering fear. And only idea who here be brave. Conquering fear. The esrode so esrode na esha also na amount me pay mu card here so can this esrode so. That's what me this esrode so a be bie kwa ma ma kukudro benya kukudro aye de be aka aye ne me so wo ye. Enti na medema no besi anu say na ya ma etiefo abemu say e say chacha enye but ababo mu chacha de ye hu say de be.
Oh, Father, that's very. For Father Edmond, and will be and then in crisis in my will be in crisis in my now with me about with me so WhatsApp no now the aba your WhatsApp and I sign a Viber and I sign a Viber no so into the WhatsApp na Viber no number na de mawe so woman on here 0031 684 921 859. So Holland idea 0684 921 859. And your Viber number no suni. So I'm on here 0031 685 105 407. So Holland idea 0685 105 407. Your Zoom ID no suni 5544384331. Unhia password bia umia so na say wa join it na ya foul. Inti bra nyumi dasi na ye twen ofre. So wo Zoom no so na pese okasa na obi o microphone so mai na ye tie oso de odebeba na se opija unsa ye be hu se opese okasa na ya foul na so esanse nyansa ni ba ko fotrim no na also wabedumi safi na wode opato ha ene incranse sema e ba ye nchen osi courage akukoduro eho asem na e kan osi what will life be if we had no courage to attempt anything new osi die na nka obra kra be ye si ni akukoduro si e be hye bibi foforo ase a nka obra no kra be ye sen na atumi se enke be bibi sa enti bra nyume dasi na ye twen ofre Apatakesie ase nkranse ebre ena wumi enyume ikoyi ye twen ofre
Apatakesie, and one I will bet see every super cool, and a pound, and cut and just some, I read it just some, and yeah, I'll toss them into the idea for all to us some radio, never come one. Now Bema won sinsum na waham odiko sabo kase mu kokunu no odiko ba on pentem nkohwa agoro na na atsa na Apatakesie na si enti wasumwe
Yo yanko angmaiso na yanko Ghana yanko fa Bishop Asante in free Ghana mra Bishop ya chiawo anopai ewo Ghana
yo nmonyamfo patro mejo super onu abusua ndi se ho ye pa
o ade achi de na se adi afia no na Ghana for so
o ade adama anye du oda ya ka boni biansi du oda na na koso Ghana ha ma manfo kaka
so
akofansi di brava
enya asem kitwa
anu ana akofansi bebre ya makuma hyehyehye du oda na akofansi maba
yo nya me be ma do for na be fada na die for so afadu
yo ana be dasu bebre akoja odi aba me
amen
na dia me bo modern etie worship for no
oh why good pa why are there
yes ya papa so for be pichi in fact wa chesa asofo papa obi aswa pichi kama
oh
na me stand pa
so pa
oma ya de ana ya papa father so me tin catch father Edmond so me chia no
ono so jo super yeah
ana ya papa Reverend Reconcilio na papa so be obi a papa me chia
ono so jo so da
super
yeah
o da si pa so say na mo office Jesus abele no ye
na so na me adum no ye
ene mema wo so nyina me chia obi a
nyina ji so da si
yenua no mma no so chia wo mo ya ma me aboajiwa yenua ba esta se wa frempon no ya ma me Millicent so obi a ma vela mo bi a chia obi a
nyina ji so da si
nana courage akukudru so na o read na mitio papa so ekeka na me so mitie papa na papa kare nyina kare akukudru fa fo ye eri na kebeka ti eja yeso openi jori na kinso asan du de ya be flodwa yo
ehia
pa ya o ba sama
ehia
nana akudru me ma dwimu no hu se ene wisdom enanam
sanity
onipa bia wo akudru bia nyansafo
sanity
onipa nyansafo bia wo akudru
nokwasem
ohini nyansafo bia o akokoduro na ohini bia o akokoduro bia so eye nyansani cause akokoduro no na so o akokoduro na nyanse nimu a akokoduro ni akokoduro hu
o kwa kopem
yes akokoduro yesu bia yakopon bo ade no o de tanipa ho sabi wa mfa manwia o de tanipa so adusu o de taye ho
sanetie
sabi o de ahwemwa aboa wo akokoduro no nse adiwe adwane we samna we memfa no nka ba aboa wo akokoduro sabi nyanse nka ho no start punch no o konta fo samna na die
o be die wu
Yesu Kristo no wo akokoduro fo on tumi nyina wi tumi nyina ya yes no wonti obon sama amna ntimi anto no anfeso
amahwefom
nana se ke Yesu Kristo to no e di obon sama ya ko behwefom wi
ngo so obubu goso
yes o so wona Yesu ya to ho hwe
to no me
mas nyansa na aste Yesu Kristo banti no o so atro se o mo se mo akokoduro de
banya sa
abo se ko dia so na mekoto mo ahwefom no
nya akokoduro fun wi
akokoduro fun ida se adwene nya na bibisa ya akokoduro wi eficha se no nana de bia meka bibise akokoduro a yakopon de maaye no ne kase pa no akokoduro ma no akokoduro ne kase pa na yakopon de bom no de maaye no ne kase no about 80% wo ma e wo ma no
ai
eti oba bia nim yansa
sanetie
oba bia nim yansa
dom na di kan nyansa no
yes because nana se wunya akokoduro a wutuni wo won kasa da akwara if no wo won kasa ye ado to na no ya bema nana ke ye dane ko fa abase de bobo wo no ye ba no kokko
ye be ku no kura
ye ba be ku no kura ye ba na ko asa wo na kokko na ke nya nya wo na ko de ma ye nya ho nana ana akokoduro no mo nya kopon ma oba no ma tu akokoduro be na so chance oba e ko lo ba wo da ko wo akokoduro ka se wo wiase nyina ani so oba nyim no kokko wo anya yizi e wo no nkonkwanta
ina sem gitiwa
so oba nya akokoduro se dabi o se me wo owi a we free na ne re kwafi se ono na wo labor ward wo no na oba bia ye yasani e se so ye ba na do ho po oba nana uko ni yiye pa because ma wa akokoduro woni ti fie kwa no a wo ni kapre a wo de ba koma no no susu ni zika no o ni mko abafa so a
ye be fi
amade yes e be fi akokoduro be na chese akokoduro nti oni pe bi o akokoduro bi ya nana o mfa nyansa nto ho woni nyansa akokoduro na ekwa pese na watna abochi be 20 years na wanye sika je wo ho wo se me baga na aba be Zoom lion dum so e baller woni akokoduro na nyansa nka ho a wo ti bi yema ni mo fi ya what do na be some first kan kwankwasi ankoya bank because bank get money ska wo
na fi adwuma we de me de yede
fi adwuma de me yede aso wo akokoduro na wonya sa atwene se pese me fi adwuma no anam nyansa na ka hu ti no mo ti be yam na yiye
be yam na yiye
ana akokoduro nyansa na ne ko
sanity no ko pa
ase bia obi a kontimi so bi ko bi da bi mo twen kasa nche nya akokoduro so akokoduro ana obi be bi sam say ai bishop na aya den na e market for no pa wutimi so mo pem so akokoduro nkoje for guest bia akokoduro ana akokoduro
de obi ntimi nkwa ni mu no na ore obekwa ni mu
ni obi ntimi nkwa ni mu no ana me ntimi nkwa ni mu me tane se me kora ya
unso se woko
me ko me bia ma mko ya oba Ghana oba branch wo akokoduro pa asa woni kapre e se
kapre ne ye be ni mu
asa wo kwa unya bia ala akokoduro nana akokoduro ene nyansa se na Solomon akokoduro nyina achi no se na nyansa nka ho a
enko ntimi nya
aka ma yuru no anka wontimi enkwala no ye hu de ne dia di papa ye da se nti se nya akokoduro se me se de bu mu akokoduro na nyansa ni mu akokoduro no be dan mi jimi
sanity
akokoduro ngo so ba bia Tinana akokodro no yenya kopɔ de maya yemfa yansa na adwenye de na edi bedru animu na bɛboa nso na da se pa na akonya de amame
nyame shraw bishop da se pa bishop asante ene etene nka efri Ghana ode ne de abadumie na woso ede na ode eba ede na ode ba ene na bia na afi na ode wopo ato ha enti mame nsan enti ene nkomo a ebae eso na wa afi na ode wopo ato ha ne hunu nkomo a yedi meme de bia ne ba Apatakesie be hye ye hu kran isanse yesua de ne ye hu aduru ene nyansa so ni ba kofo trim ena tro no so kra kan o si mai nyai yimu nhyiemu da enti sabre yi enum ne tama yetimi enyinya ye hu nkomodie ema ne ba bia etu yesusu ntidia ema ne ma bia tete yen yetimi edidi ye hu nkomo na obi wa na obi akobie so na waka obi akufa wi na ode aba na afi oso wanya o abia na eno na achichiro na ebi nka mekan obi wofie asem bi wo ho pese wo ka ade bi wo ha ekoso enye ba akokodro obie na no aka no aye ne den ade nso won ka aye ne ntino sani maso bebre obetima tra wa ye nhwe hansa ade ne sewia wo se na nka mpese meka o na nka mpese meka ade ntino wanka ni nyina ye ehu osi nya akokodro na asem no so unim se asem a ye no kore betimi aboa asem a ebetimi atenetene kwan a nya akokodro ne biem na ka unya akokodro na ka ebeboa ebi ebeboa sitran no ebi ebeboa ofie ho ebi anema bi ekoso enti ama nema bebre kura wo ye mamu a enema no ekoso no enye ba yeni akokodro a ebetimi asechire ne aka kire ebi a ema no se suban a wo fa so yi sa suban wo yentimi mboa da chi sei ne sa suban wo betimi de wawie enti jai na me a me wo onye sei na me suban te me ma me wo me ma me sumbe wo no ana me papa wo me ma be wo obi ankra sa suban enti memfa na ye busua ne sei na ye pese ye nature na ye enti ye ma suban ye enye suban pa ba sa kasa keke no akokodro no yeni tubon se dia akwalani yo efio nyina enkoyie enso wotewo okoka onim se ahwa okoka na ne ba no akokase wo hye nso ahwa na hwan ne be hye so nya wo maame a wo no betima hye so se ade a wo ye nye ana ade wo kono anye hwan bio na nkankyere wo abontin su ni ene abontin su ni de onya wo anka wasai ono nka hwe nkyere wo tetefo no a na ye wo ho no na na abontin a wo ye rofa obi fira abontin kra no bebe power ni so ene wo rofa wo ye no wo maame tie obesa akoda ni pakro no kra ase ana papa ba akoda na ase so ohun se wo ye niema emfa kwan mu no otene wo enso ene obi yade na otene kra na ahwa no wujin se ahwa na ne maame abeka se ne ba no ade a wo ye fa ho ben but se wonim se ade a wo ye no ana wo ka kire nipa no ade papa de ya nya akokodro na ka kire no na ne maame no oba no beka fo kire wo kra na emre bi beba maame no ebeto ebo se asem ya saade we ya na ekoso wo me be ya brabo mu nkwalabrem maame bi kokan ya me ne kokonye ade na se agimi nsem ye o osinti nya akokodro was it so what would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Osinko obra kwa be den say yeni akokodro se be hye bibi e be ye bibi fufuro a ana se be ye bibi a enka obra nkra be den if you ho eniema bi koso enye ba obekanti no me kokan ne bubefu unim say ya papa kama ne bumfu na ne bufu sese na kire bi oni bumfu bio eda asasam no beba be ye asam kase no ono ate was say asam o ka kire mi wo kan wo save me life pa so one kan by now kase na aba inti always try to do something new so unim say ade kro na ye papa me insuro nenya akokodro neka ade kro na opeso ka no na efie ho inshira Emraho. Say yenya mabna ewo Switzerland. Yenko Switzerland yenfa mabna yenhwede mabna de bedum ye nshira de bebre. Mabna ye chia wo Switzerland awie yo.
Pamejo so me pato na mo.
Oh, nyame adum ade achi ye ya. Yenya nkranhye se mutie de na se adum na ni nshira na de be mo bo ade yi. Se busuafo so nyina ho ye.
Nyame mai nyina e wa asem radio si ye papa ne ma me mia no me abofo ni ba ne asofo nyina.
Yo nyina jisuda se.
Nyame to bi ya mama.
Oyima.
So dia bembo.
Sanity.
Akokodro me papa na o kata fi Ghana no na me kan yi mo ye nyina me kan na akokodro bia nche so ba obende se na wa husa wo we ntaya wo mpena uko mu ya wa wo so mu nche na o be fi wa pass na de na no ya me se na o
asam ahodin foforo
eni akokodro me kai say me last born me one of me wo Ghana na o konta na ni pe ko mo no me ba no oni mate wo mi kro mu ho sabre no opinfo bia na me ne ko Atlanta bia o mo ya doctor bi ba fi o se na de ne e hanu yeah, over plot to room. Oh, I know, please, no power, but your bell, maybe I know I will cram or moment or power. Now, stop mother, and you may be a enemy, be some business, and tend to who to be a woman about the cancer way. Or ban, oh, as soon as you will say, now say me, Jam say, rather make me may quite some about them, make Casacasa, now say me, would that. Me more, my woman, me more, my woman. Nyame ahode mpasa to me bi o ma so me metimu se ahokyere na me wo me de labor wo na ya bre me klata se men science say me wo na bibia sia enye omofort asem we say enka nche obi asa aka ma me kan kono no
da bi
nti nye me ya na se me san yo man san yo ma wo na wo ansan omo na me de me sign paper na simply because me kwa wo nyame so me ni mo mo nsam me doctor is because I can mean you to by heart. Nanya me ma minya nurses ni bi animu adom nti na me de ma nesi. Cotes ba hospital no mu ba. Nti me sorry anopa me de me come work ma me bi nso gidi efo bi. Na obo se wa obese ko ka onye dey. Empaibo ene yi sa ni ejina mu nti tell me me free. Yeah, me ba hospital ho no aka fe wo no. Anopa me na me ko leba wo na ma me na hye. No so we need to be able to be esi nti no. Na me free so that day na me ba no nya 8 years. That day na onya mfie wotwe na na me wo na ki.
So
nti my ebe de me nyina ma na me ya me ma ni me si ni me se me twinsu sa nti me go to hospital ha no ma me bucket. Se twinsu bu cold water to bu na na se de ye ka se ye na mafuru ate ato fe me ntimi ntu me nai. Na nurse ba ko na wo be here na o se na wo kwa ye fa na me be here obi. Na sister no every say o say eh mama akoko do one be na wo no. Nti wa na na wo aka wa ya o be say me feel no be enyim so me fa. Nti we dey you know I'm posting 30 minutes time na bibia you okay. Me one month o how bia mayemu. Na akoko do no say wa mo wa dwene mo abos o pa wa mo wa dwene abos na wa ntintim. When you na nipa beka bia no nipa no
ebekme kun
Mammy Deborah young so home no a prophetess mammy gina no give dom ya member for the Deborah said or nick kind of a young uncle menko yan papa Caleb ni Joshua ni patron how gina fa
yeah
the boy has say our assassin a slow snake no fusione a war send a man for fun. Your kind of assassin, your cool blood, but the number Nippon or holiday because the end and more not yet to send me back. Yamia, what I want and the hope to me back. To send me back, I need you to deny say. Don't know what your more kind of sudden to me, funny, even to you. To me, party, but to me, also. Nippon do not say, if you agree, then you probably don't need to meet me. What me denied. Na me say nyame aho dem ba sasa kokodu a ode ewu ni ko na kokodu mo no no ni ni no e ko fi ko e bo no na e de eduham eko yesu amu so a omokodu ho na wasore na me fakra ya
amema sanity
na me bi so odu onyu taso honhom ampa na ma de ne de kyese nipa na ko de no ho ntel sai obepimo hu se saa de we sei ne tie no onsan ye ni monya chama Kristo e se ni de ni nyansa na ode ahye ogu no minim sa o dwene na asem ho o susu na asem nti o ma hu ni de na abeni abenya na tiefo no so de nya me ahyira obi biara asem bi obi biara de beba no emfa no ni nipa ne ni fie ya me na me go so de ya fan kyerɛkyerɛ ntete yemu e de ye gina mako ma ogua so ye de nyame ase na na ma no asi me ko na obi so de ne de aba
nyame so
nyame aso de ko biara
ye try by ye chia Switzerland for so na
ba cho biara
yo mabna na ye tene nka ewo Switzerland mabna ne tene nka wo Switzerland also ubetimi aba also ubetimi aba ebra me guso ana making kan ya ubetimi aba me hu se ya papa eja sei epese owram se papa sei ewram enti ebra me guso making kan ya ubetimi now also odi aba with me odi aba yo okay assign ati echo enti eba mefa we emfam na fe eba na me
Edusi popo konfanko be ma won sinsum na waham odi kosia ko kase bu popo no odi popa on pentem ko hwako na na atsa na Apatakesie na se enti wasumwe
UK near Kofa, your papa just say if you came ra. Papa say yeah, chow UK area.
Avadani boy, me jo super. Na what to say?
Oh, nyamiadum. They are changing the next few money away. Now UK for so.
Today, all done on some bracket. What down down. And I want to be and somewhere. Whatever ending that my encouragement right.
Nyamisha mo so no monte nyamisha mo pa
ne monte no me chiawa wotu adwam nana
ya me so me jimu super
then ala me sika ere say afise say let's scream no about clear church everywhere you press no you see Asem TV what you have
sanity nyamisha so awie why awie
and then you may say, me chia Father Edmond pa.
Father so Jesu das.
Na se wa do konfo nyina me chia on.
Omunyina so Jesu das.
I hope say ene de nana mo fe no ho aya kakra.
Nana no ye kakra.
Yo.
So chia munyina.
Ne jo okay, ya ba jo ya jina so.
Okay.
Nana and now somewhere that a prince there, a modo, a MP,
sanity.
a cocodrono. teacher ni bi ane e form 3 secondary school no ka kire say se wonni akokoduru a wontimi nyeku e bi se ki kasa no asembu a wo so ubodin enso ye ni ni kasa ko bi a ba ji so uboni twe e bi se wonni akokoduru a you come mention that what I say
ai
dabi eteki akokoduru enu etimi aboso a wonchuro akire nturo he nana akokoduru ya so nana ze wonni akokoduru a anamo bia o trimu no wontimi nteki positive decision nana me charge me kan cho so boa tama me wo ami mu no na me fi Lebanon ba na me akakra na me be compensation na me nkware yi why na me do on be jawo no ha so on be twa wo enti wo ti me nya kokoduru bi na me bopo bi na me tukwai sene be ya nya me be boa me na nkwara no a nya me adum me no me ondo abayi aso no betimi ahwe wo nana abroja na me ba me nim obi a o bata kokoduru na me nya ye no me be si obi so ama emi ndo se odi me wakadrab so nya twe ya se ubenya bibia akọwani ma jesan kwahwe to kakra antana wabọ akọwani na sanse na me wakokoduro na me wajidie se nia anamọ no a me tu no me tu for something else I succeeded eti na na kokoduro de anya trasa o wuni akokoduro a ya santoa anya kokoduro no de je ya santema je na me nyina adeda ebi mo champache
doji
ebi mo champache so ya santoa tu anamo no o se na benifoni nyina yoti e franto makese ya kokoduro ana oba ya santoa etekiye eji asantema si ho otinana eti akokoduro de se oba me bia no oba bia enya bi wo awariem na se wonni akokoduro a asem bi wo ho a wo bemene na asem bi wo ho a wo be kan we pranentoma wo timi ayode enya bia wo ti hum me ko kan kire we ana na sa aware
sanete
because one kasa wonni gidie ena wonni akokoduro
so wetin ka no fio
ndiye bibi na ya setra na ya ti wiase no enye yie man ni nyina depend on us and not somebody else.
Yes, no question.
And fire kura obo na oni akokoduro to tell God what you need ya. Yankopon onim ne wo trimo na mom open your mouth and say oh. I know na beto nka say also so Nana me da wase nyame ntira wa na happy weekend.
Same to you. Yeah, you can force na bye. Yo, your papa say near Tenenka ewo UK. Ube ono so edini diaba. Now also so edie ena ode eba. Diena o so odeba. Nyansa ni baku full trim. Entina dani danyina yehia oso wadwen echre. Yehia oso wadwen chre. Na sede na mi go so ekinkan no wama afina ode wafidi ato ha no. Yama wakwaba na mi go so ekinkan mekinkan ya ubetimi abam mekinkan ya usu ubetimi abam. What's fear is reaction. Courage is a decision. Was it a whom you just I say you say tinkakeke or bibi na cho say bibi e be hunu na cho say but courage there aye anamontuo bi e wo say utu ena American me kire say wa hwe baby wo na esum wo na ogina kire a so ogina kire na hwe wa na ehunhunhun say em say bibi hye ho ahia na okọ we na bibi hye wa abo bi hye wa oba bechew ba se unya akokoduru ntimi ka che se kofa kanea baby awokọ na ehu bi eni ho fa kanea ampa so tam kanea na akọ a mo a woko baby esumo no na ehu no a wo mu no kanea na pam mo e man wo dwane na woko na kanea na pam na edwane na wo wuram so ho wose saa na akokoduro eti ti unya akokoduro a mo a wo pinchen baby ehu no na ehu wo dwane ko ehu suro akokoduro ehu esuro akokoduro ehu na duro ni akokoduro wuni akokoduro a de bia ehu ebe chichiro na ka wato fom wabra wuntimi enya hwe so se usu etese ebe ka wato wo ye hwe enye ye wade no wo se okwo ho na ehu se kai mini wo so ye na ehu se mini na waja de kro no unti wo se fear is a reaction but courage is a decision so nya akokoduro a etimi boa ma utu anamon e wo ade kro no a wo pese wo ye den wo ye no ehu or see all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. What say yen da yesu nyina sebetimi abamu a di say nya akokoduro a ye di be di akire say nya akokoduro be di akire a or see yentimi pursue them. Yo say yenya girl ewo awman so no mitimi so obekasa ye chia wo Apatakesie ase awie yi pacha girl tianka ana onkasa okay yo enane yenko yenim enti wose yeda yeso betimi abamu a ni nyina ejina anamontuo dise nya anamontuo ansa na etimi etu anamon ewo yenda yeso amana bamu. If you have the courage to begin, you have a courage to succeed. Osise unya utimi nya kokoduro de hyase a saa kokoduro nya de hyase no sana ubetimi nya kokoduro a udi bedi nkunim ewo anamontuo na utu no so. Enti se wo fie na se de na meka no asemo ekoso ofie ho wa utumi se niam bi ko enkoyie but upese o kanti na hu ahyew we dem ko kan hwa na ne buafu papa ye de nkanasem me ko kan hwa na ne buafu me yire ye nkanasem me ko kan hwa na ne buafu wo de saa asem kase wo so oba ne na ye nketenkete obeduru na adane anantuo wonya dane anantuo a was anantuo pia ebere na asa atwe na ebe nketekete sa bio na abeya asem kase enti ye ketekete no ano wosinya kokoduro na hu se de wo beka no so no eyade hu hia ebeboa eyade anya asem bone na wo beka sade ne nya asem bone na wo beka ade nti na wo di hu na wo ma hu hyew so na ade na abedane anantuo. So if we have courage to begin, we will have courage to succeed. Adwuma na wo hyase no se wo te se wo anya kokoduro se wutimi nya kokoduro se adwuma we de manage ho betima ye na wonya hyase a sa kokoduro wonya de hyase no wo se sa kokoduro na abesan gina wachi ama wa ye den wadi adekoro no so enkunim. Wo se he who that is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. Osi obia woni akokoduro mapa se obato abrabo mu chacha no wose wonsa entimi nka bibi papa bia ewo obrai mu wonsa entimi nka bibi papa. That means the extra have say ehu enya de papa. So don't entertain fears in your life. E ma ehu enshaw so ewo bibia oyim ehu sayade ehu tete niamam ehu sa bibia ne mu munya akokoduro a wo de we ahwe jata ene sebo se de ombesiti atamu din na father be kan ye no wo so bia wo ye yi akokoduro nyam bubom se obebubom wo enka jata se de oti so betima bompa ma mo ni nyina hu se o around babu so betarim ba bi din obakasa ade nam na etwam na mfa no all of a sudden, or sorry, see a boom or target here, or Mrs. Susuda. Because I'm a cuckoo no, or the young son in him, dear atare, the opus or an amount to opus would do no, into one baby a walk, one in baby opus or two in Edru, and why an agency one in baby swa obey me, Edru. Into 2 atoro akwasha aboanso no wa target or one agenda on bibia wa planning into to ya omisi for what time when wa mebom ama mo na hu say eh data no we o da hoyi o pese obeche wa mebom sa o time when na time no so no perfect time o to se aboa no so a aboa ni bibia odwane fa yo yenko USA ni yenko fa Ohima Bruni Evangelist Jose free USA mra. Ohima ya chia o US mode ahomachi mu na moyi US ahomachi.
Nana.
Ohima we de okasa wonam. Ana we eniso de ni bia. Baba honamu.
Obi kana o Madam America say.
Madam America say. We don't know now, can say. What to say?
Yes, and good afternoon.
Important to say.
Uncle Pona Dromna, also Nana.
Oh, Yamia, my dear chin, the wow him. Now, Finwa, the Eddie. Yeah, Chamu now, watching.
You so.
Nana,
then that so maybe I know to
you and they can't courage and one but say, what would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything new? And fear is a reaction, and courage is a decision. And I'll say all our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them. And if we have the courage to begin, we will have courage to succeed. And he who that is not courageous enough to risk or to take risks will never accomplish anything in life. And he akukodro ehun asem na yeka on sise nipa ye ni akukodro a eden na se wiase kra nka akukodro ni ho a ye de sta ehye bibi fufura ase a nka obra no kra be yesen na se nka obra no enye hwe o si ehun ya tinka keke na emu akukodro enema utumi tu wanamon na ye da yeso be ebetimi abamu a disi enya akukodro a ye de bi di da ye na chi ansa na da yeso na abamu untumi nso da ye nenso ade akoye ne hu ekura ihu kura wa bere na da yeso na abamu o se no ntimi bamu nti so wunya akukodro a utimi di ahya ase de a ubetimi nya akukodro so a ubetimi edi nkunim na obi a wunya akukodro kese so odi be bibia no wonsa ntimi nka bibi ewo obrai musu ni akukodro de to chacha wa abrabom se untimi ensanka de oso hwehwe ewo abrabom enti ene nkomo a ye di no Apatakesie ase eni Ohima
yo Nana medasi
asida wonyame
afame Manisha okay
wa family den ka twifoka sa anga mo ka so enko wa ebi na eja yi kan yi o eja se be kan yi
na meniso
o ni so
eja se de na
o si twi kasa no ebi o ha afi untimi nka no yi na afi kasa koa ene yi inti
nice courage no elikotwi kasa ma akukudro brave
yeah your braveness akukudro
okay your medical chiadofo no ma mo edikan o manim
o nyina jeso
ma pa mo ye
o das
ya asem radio tifo nyane afrofo nyame chamo Mama was so this. I was no man. Nana mo fi so metia o.
Nana mo fi so eji so. Nana mo fi so dase.
Yo. Oh, courage. On the Bible cry can say be a good courage and let us be courageous for our people. Let us be a courageous for our people. Now, okay, so let us be a courageous for our people. And when I say, who was over with him and me call heaven? You don't need courage. How can you do that? As a pastor or as a leader, as a mother, as a father, you have to be courageous.
No question.
You have to be courageous. Also, we now could. So one say, yes, David. David, me penasemo. Me penasem too much because he always inspires me anytime I read about David.
So,
because he was a man of everything. He was a man with confidence. He was a man with boldness. He was a man with courageous. Oh,
yeah.
David Wakukudro, he was so brave. He feared nothing. You know what kind of fear? It's a spirit. Fear can conquer you. Fear can drag you to sin.
Everything.
Fear can deny you from your dream. But courageous or courage will take you far. Will move you. Will motivate you. Will take you to your dream. So we need to be courageous. We need to be courageous for our children, for our wife. So now me ba na wo church we say aboa no wo akudo say o me tia ne so a obewu.
So
you know, David had courageous spirit. Nana aya spiritual.
Sanity.
Wouldn't need bia. Wouldn't me enye de ye ken ebe ye din amount. So you have to pray for that spirit to come into you. The spirit of courageous. You need to pray to have it. So over to me, because for you to open data enum, now where ye papa it takes courage. It takes somebody who have enough courage to do that. My Bible scripture back. I want to say maybe about motivation message here. Na bibia so wo wiase bia no ye de tutu nyame asem ma ne ye. Oh, because bibia ye ka bia no ene ye adwene ye de nyame ahyehyɛ na nyame ahyehyɛ
sanity.
Yanko Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Or say, be strong and be courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. It is a way of Christian now who need courage. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you anymore.
Sanity.
Christian, or say be courageous. One say, it will baby Moses failure. Because Moses did not have enough courage to take the Israelites. Fear and Dawson.
Yeah.
Not fear and Dawson. When too much fear comes in, it takes your courage away. Oh. It puts you in fears. It puts you Would to me, Yashi. Obi Casaka claim no more, you can have show.
Sanity.
Those are the people there. May well be a human was. The Yakams of fire day. And I had no Yamasho.
So
it is all you'll be our sister. You are not too, you don't have too much courage in you. Pray for that spirit.
So,
and I mean, what could drop out.
It's me
The work could drop up banana.
who,
The work could do baby anywhere. Miss Rosemary.
Sanity.
Because I know I'm going there for a good purpose. If I come in life, fine. If I die, it's okay.
Sanity.
That is what Paul did. Oh, that is what Paul did.
Yeah.
It's Obia or so Nyakukudro. Obia, who ye Christoni, and Yakupon a 2 mononquad year. I would just say Yamu home quad year. Also Nyakukudro. Also, we have that spirit of courage. No? And this will throw. Take fears away. Ajabakwa, yeah, brothers, Libby have the Muslims are very courageous people. Yeah, Muslims are very courageous people.
Yeah.
Who could drop up in a face of war. And then yes, so I can't say, yes, I can't show your Christonia. Because your Christonia near Cool. It's a Rebecca sending me a woman.
Sanity.
But so to me, I could draw say, yes, I am a Christian.
Yeah.
Knowing that if you die, you gain. Dying is gaining. It's not losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. We always say, I'm sorry for your loss. That person is not lost.
Debbie.
Are you right? Who lose sooner?
Debbie.
We're gaining or heaven. But we always say, sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. Oh, sorry. They said, why you not be? They said, why they be Ayira? They said, they will lose you. They said, they will the winner. And then the loser. That person is not a loser.
Yeah.
So Muslims know when I die again.
Sanity.
They don't see death as lose. It's almost like you could do it no way you know. They have only one thing in mind. If I die again, I die for a purpose.
Yeah.
I die for a good thing. So I will go in and no fears. They have that courage.
Sanity.
But we can't say too much about it. Joshua wants it. Be strong and be courageous. Because you will lead these people inherit the land. I swear to their ancestors to give them. It is a Joshua, and not that kind of courage now. In Israel, for the promised land, they will never enter. But it's a promised land. It's for them.
Yeah.
It could say, Joshua, so who they and then so who are some radio so now some way about China.
Yeah.
Nakukudro mauma. Who kukudro no ebe reflect mauma. Obabe tnaga so me mama ne be papa no hu yakukudro fu.
Sanity.
Share me kai say ada wo fie konfu bi ba ho. Me mama timi tijina ka che konfu say get away go. Esu no nkuta bibi ampo. Me mama abo bi ba ye fie ho no. Me mama fa aba no dia when it three must go. Yes say yes oh.
Yeah.
But who John and I'll catch your bus or no moment for. Hey, mommy, the papa.
Yeah.
Now, no, we catch the bus who call her bra. Well, so now my main rap master because I think I'm up for the brain also.
Yeah.
I don't know that to Apatakesie me man name yo. Then Nana, one say a profile no more your more your woman my tree or more could drop.
Yeah, what could do.
Hey, or more who could drop papa. White people, and who could dress in black.
Very, very.
What I ran here to see, I'll face you. Because the thing said death is what? To gain. Yeah, who could do any because it's true. Men are men call them cool. Say, as I say about Paddy, men are men calling when I'm in cool. Men are men from my name call. You come here.
So
you did it for a good purpose. When you die, you gain.
Sanity.
Let us have courage in every circumstance. And let's know, say, God is our strength.
Sanity.
And let's press on. Now, be brave, be strong, be courageous. That's the manner.
Yeah, that's super. I mean, so US for right. Bye bye. Yo, and my uncle Den Haag, my uncle fa, Oyma Esther Sewa Frimpong, in free Den Haag ra. Oyma Esther Chow Den Haag Holland.
Yo, when you so
Now I'm going to say,
Namia Domodifo.
Yamin Slow.
Yeah, the young person so sell my tonka.
Yamin Shamos Solomon Tetri.
We can't have some radio for a tier for a friend for Obia, a comma, Bishop Asante. Just say no money. Mammy so Sawabra to be a Japonina. And that the more femina. Na and then no topic here, we say akukudro. Na media American say akukudro. One will say the war. The war. Say, would I show bit to say, someone Moses, your day Israel for ni chapel on one. One will say, only akukudnyame, on says, and Kayam Fangwa, and Katamwa or de or Monchanoa, nyamede ode pomano o tenso mfa pomano nyame kasa ya o so mfa pomano ntire nsuo ne so no won se obi akata mo nsuo ne mu pa nko obetwahwe oni akukudura anko twahwe wi but otimi ginaye
sanity
ema etie nyame asem ede akukuduro no otie ede ye ema eye adwuma wi e no ye de o san de kire so na kasie ni mu Shatamwa Samson. Tamo Jatano Banwan were quite of fast to say Jatano a wine and noom. Akukudro say at the walk.
Yes, sanity.
And I said that David say or call a friend so. Not say be a CCB betray, Nini be area. Ultimate truth in the so.
Sanity.
And oh, no me can't say Akukudro ya the walk. But say one tobo ma say nyame fango na wankasa wokoko ya na yetisa we patapa ya de wo eno na tete adifo ne yankopon de hye omumu a omutimi de ye na adwuma enti say obi a wo akwala ne ye de hunu ne say wo abofra ne to ho na akwala bi wo su den osu a wo hu so osu ahodin mu nete so wa kukudu ode oye kukuduro fo a oba well it is a upek ya ngosa na se opese wunya akukuduro ya de a wo sre obo ade nyankopon na obo so ne asase na obo emu nipa ni ade nyina wo kaka na se ruade me pa akukuduro metimi de atenante asase we su enti na o se yemisa no bema yen hwehwe na ye behu yempem wa unti se upek akukuduro a bomoden se ya fa nwo a obisa nyankopon ya de wo won so so bomoden se wo de beye adepa won se tambia no adepa nyame abode ni nyina no adepa wo yusu de ma adepa so e de wo ko nkunimdie mu
Nokwasem.
na sɛ wo use akokudro ikro yɛ atamfo wɔn a am robbers nom ne adeɛ nso yi su
Yamtimi yusu.
na ɔde akɔ ewia nkrɔfo no wɔ ku na timi repu no ɛsɛ ku ne ka ho
Akokudro bɔne no.
akokudro bɔne no ɛne adɛn na wonim sɛ wo akokudro wo nyusu na adepa nti yenyusu adepa akokudro ɛmfa ma nyankopɔn ade a tetefo no wɔn na ɔbɔ mo akunini no wɔn sɛ ebinom kora bako nyɛ Moses no kora o okunini Dr. Agre no mu nyinaa no na ɔmo yɛ akokudrofo wɔn akokudrofo bi te sɛ Rollins yɛ Rollins yɛ na ɔyɛ akokudro ni o wɔn sɛ yɛn so yɛwɔ yɛ planet yi so yɛn yɛ mmerɛ yi so yɛn so ni yɛwɔ bi
sanity
yɛwɔ akokudrofo a ɔmo nso so no ɔmo baba yɛ bibi pa bi so ahụ enti no wonim sɛ wo akokudro anansa wo pe bi a fa yɛ adepa na bi sɛ firi ɔbɔ ade nyankopɔn hɔ na ɔnyɛ dɛn na ɔmoa na fa yɛ adepa na enwie wo wiase asetena enwie kunimdi ɛma wo meda ase
nyame nhyira yɛ da ase pa ma esta sɛ wa from pon yɛ tin kan Holland Den Haag yɛ da na se yo yɛnkɔ Germany na yɛnkɔfa ɛyɛ Aboadwoa in free Germany mra. Aboadwoa yɛ chia with Germany Humble. O microphone off. Nti sɛ wobɛtumi aso ama yɛn a. Yo Aboadwoa ɛwɔ so. Nanso yɛ sɛ ne mic no ɛwɔ form ɛwɔ off. Aboadwoa te yɛn kan. Say Aboadwoa say now you know so but via and as soon any has to say you for Safin Ado Patoa Apatakesie say in crime share ebre ena ye woman nene enguma da paso ka courageous wansem say ye breno I be ye brena be ye papa osofo Eric or say Donaldson edi unyame asem ebebreen sa Aboadwoa etienka nenka Aboadwoa aye ye last caller but also nem say ebia na wo twa no ho kakra enti ebra na de nwum beto ase enwum yekoya wo so betimi abam ebra
Nana
ya prapra oyima
anti nti on kan dia man ntanka kakra
you when you for kakra kan ho mai you hear pa
ya mami be kasa di o kan si bi na very good o se akokudro so ye de wo true pa
nkosem
o se nyankopon so frame no on frɛ obi a oni akokudro
dabi obefro wa na wo akokudro
o ma o frɛ mo nyina be ye n'adwuma no o mo wa akokudro on say emra o frɛ Paul ano ye so asa na obe ye Paul no
yeah
on say ohun akokudro bi wo Paul mu
yeah
because we kwa na Paul ekukum nipa
on fa ho kwa
ko fa nipa kukum mo and Paul was also a loyalty person it no oni se nipa we etimi eye adwuma ma bonsam say dia
ade ntam ntwe no ma ye adwuma ma me
ade na me ntwe nipa we a me na mabɔ no na o ma ye adwuma e ma me ntu se Paul bai no obeye adwuma sen omo nyina Paul etimi beginning a lot of people
yeah
saying the friend is saying the California nyina
sanity
e be e ka se Paul wa mantem
o se di kafo
and Paul wa mantem o se di kafo Paul akokudrofuo because onim de wa frɛ no
yes sanity
and onim se ni na akopon wa frɛ no a wo be na adwuma ma no one na ho ode if you say no onim say the government that he worked for okunkum nipa mo no asɛm bi mpo ba o be den Umbeti charge. It's no what could do the BBA.
Yeah.
Jaku could do none of the bay in Yanko. Oh, it's in your own flow, you fool.
David.
Yame, it's a local fray. O may I go fray, friend, is a David. Because no one said David moment to me again. Hey, you go right through honor. So, I'm going to see you go right here then. If you honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the
Yanko on fray, Opia, only a cuckoo.
I don't can it.
Fray will be a walk cuckoo and ordinary in a juma. Because no juma now obey no. We hear could draw the bay. We hear could draw and now they yanko for you. We are so for no yanko could draw to me and Yamia Juma. The go can Yamia smart to be. Upon somebody now could show be Mukrano Abaco, Abacate Yao. So, it's when Yaku could draw the Begina. I can't change the panel defeated Sabon some of Philip anymore. A bed why a Jumano. Oh, it's Yame or you so be a walk through. In Pobon, some you so be all who could draw. How much more Yame? Oh, and not tonight, my makers will be a crumb for our to some day you know.
You soon some you soon know.
Upon some you saw that spirit, you know, the pushing of you ain't choke. So, it be piano, one good, no, on a bad.
When a bad is so.
Like I always say, so we are fighting with two spirits the good spirit and the bad spirit.
Bad spirit.
If you want Mompire, not bad one, be show me then a bad and one out of it.
Well, yeah, Mafia.
So, good one, be show me so yeah, good one, one out of it. If you mean, yeah, what we are saying, you can either have one. You can either have one. And I say, you can have both. Then I die a boob, I say, into the cocoa, and you oh, but we try not to use the bad spirit because MYA. The good one, a bit madding. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Mamma for Bible quotation back on house and that means also for back. Or say Numbers 13:20. And neither the land is rich or poor, and neither there are trees in it or not. Be a good courage and bring some of the fruits of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes.
Yeah.
We too and a more crowd were a dreamer pa. Yakukudro. Now go ye. Bibia over to an amobiano. Bakukudro. Eddie can. Fashion. So be quiet, ye, but maybe Jamaican. Have that courage. That have courage in business. Have courage in your marriage. Have courage in raising your kids. I'll be cross on about James and the Bible. Don't drink kind of bathroom. Yaku could go to kind of bathroom.
Yeah.
None of Banna James, ma, Fernanda Banna to know the Okuno.
Janet here.
Oh, because we now could draw the kind of bathroom. When Yaku could draw from the beginning and kind of bathroom, and know this is no. Because the Banu for the Bible for what 12 years to form.
12 from 9 I know.
Yaku could draw here, Clan Bono.
Nina no here no to choose.
Yeah.
No, my dear, oh, my dear, so no to choose. When you know about you also.
Who bet to me at Tiabu for one and of that bad spirit, Nabeshamono, who bet to me at Tiana and everything Marco. With your Akukudrono, who bet to me a defeat on an Akukudro Boneno. But because who live in tea. No, I'm an dear Boneno, overtake you. Oh, you know, dear cool.
Or the Bekun.
Now, how much more? Some man, my woman, banana, baby, for me. Yes, sure, see about it to come because when you know I'm a kaya. But you say no, you have to sit back from my baby, queer, dear, and any day.
Sanity, and only a seminal.
Parents, in Yaku could draw a matter to him. When I won't, you have the authority over your kid. So when Yaku could draw a bus or Baba Yaku could draw also. Oh, and no Nama and ne Bonnie Bebre is.
Yeah.
Obituo, when Yaku could draw an hour. When Timmy and Yellen Cassa or Stone Yerenim. You need this and who wants me cancer. So coca, neither nobody did not tell. You little bit and not. You little bit Pamono, you little bit say, hey, Bama, or who could draw a hand. Be bold and brave. It's another topic, idiot, and I'm a kind. Every circumstances, we have to have the courage, and you have to be courageous.
Okay.
So far back, maybe they see us in
it has be Yamin Shrow. Yamin Shrow, Ohima Juicy, and attending count of USA. You, Awadua, is the Otianka. Awadua, Entianka, and any proper moon. Yeah, actually, your papa. You say, Awadua, and Otache Kutu. Ibiana or the one about create mesua or chichin dinche for a nazi. You inti ye proper quum near your papa, Eddie, or to be out in your miasem ever do me. Afina Awadua assign a remove. Awadua.
Oh, only penny, Cafro.
I wish a Gary young Chichiwana.
As the winning Diana, as a mini animals in Timakoheka, Crano above it.
And yet, I'm seeing now the view of the one and one in the bunny. What to when you want Chichi. You
where they won't go from.
Now, hamburgers won't be
not offer. Which now do the conco.
Hey, Joe, super
pentum coragro.
I wouldn't meeting Germany for you. So,
that's it. Which for the Edmond, me papa also for or said Donaldson, which ya on also be brave.
The super that's
opinion and Nana Murphy. Me papa Japan, me papa just say, justice. Bishop. Oh, okay. And then we are my friend.
Okay, you.
And Minia Bishop Ghana, Michiano, or Michiano, Michio Bia, Michiasawa.com for prayer tower. I also de Hene Hima. Michia some radio phone na Obia, Mr. Mantimia Modin Bia Facha. Minia Tuntum se Vio Michia o Niabusia. Chao Bia. You are not aware there. Mean can it tintin. Biam se Minia no Mina Becca Bebre time ninti. Akukodro de minu anu mabeka nyina metie ni nyina ye nyina yemfantu ye hofo na yenya akukodro obi bia ye bia mu yemtu anamon e obi bia mu with courage na yetu anamon obi bia mu with akukodro a awiye no ebewie nyina ye de abawiase bebre ya ehu abehye yemu yehunu de yenyina kokoduro ne enya pintin wonyame mu onyankopon no abebiebie kwan amaye ma enkugu asem bi amaya kwan mu edin nanso so no yenya kokoduro ne yem push on ti kakra me de ebesoso no nti me wish obia blessed weekend. Yeah, maybe nine. Nyame adoma we beti ehunka. Why?
We that's fine. It's a business for singing. Bye
bye.
Yo, ye breno I be na ye call papa ho Osofo Eric or say Donaldson. Same crisis me ba papa esu na di nyame asem ebetai tire ma dwumadi nyina wie peye enti efa ye do so ye bitie ye papa na ode ewura bible mu na bible so akasa a kire papa me chia wa wie wo Awurade Yesu Kristo din mu
na me juso na apom ti sei
nyame adomade a chin de ne afi na mu a ne wo
nyame ase
yo na papa na ye ba ye enwoma beto ha osi courage yenya akokoduro na akokoduro ade yesu yeti wode bia na ehunhuran akokoduro yesu so na oyade bia yeze ni bodu na yese wosi yenya akokoduro na de trampa so
okay na nyame shira etiefo a eti asebadu na nyame shira obi ane anopai ewie ana anyumre Nana akukodro simply means be on yourself. Send your nyame bo wono.
Jo bo wono. Yeah. Say wo nyame abode eni.
Yeah. Say uma suru ebe wo mu a. Yewo enye suru kura. Ye na ye ka ne se suru.
Suru.
But ehu. Say esuru de
so
isro de onyankopon kwa na wasi isro no.
Isro no.
But ehu a limitation yeah, and I said the weapon of Satan. One of the weapon that limitation fear. And to say ehu ba umu a nana ema wankasa no dia wadi yokra wo ye no wonju huni. Wadi you be NCP.
Sanity.
Dia baby eso udru untimi ndru ade ya esa wo ye untimi nye asem wo eso kana free asem wo eso ka nenya nkopon settle free but ehunti untimi nka enti courage I say be on yourself be like as how God created you to be but this courage that means limitation enti nana kukodro yade ahuhia ye ba
kukodro yade ahuhia
on say eka Israel say nana boni cross will be bediness when yakukodro ndi ni boni
no
enti akukodro eye tumia onyankopon edi share woni pam to overcome the tricks and the works of devil but sometimes people do it the other way around
clockwise
Yeah, clockwise. Nti akokoduro ehu hia ma bibia. Once obi o wakokoduro bia no nokure asem ewo ni mu. Obi o wakokoduro bia se odo be ya ade bia no nokure asem ewo ni mu. Say even wo ye boni kura no nokure bi wo baabi.
Yeah.
Ena akokoduro no so no eya ade a etimi epushi nipa anase etimi di nipa duru gina bia esese nipa ni duru. Ba ye ka awudi asem no eno nya akokoduro but eni ye hu no de yesa eno ye fear. So no na sa ehu no eno na ma se unu ye bi hu eto so a ana you fight back.
Yeah.
So no se obi ayu anya obi na isike menye bia mi yo hia ni o enti sika no hu ato so ama ohia abegina wanim to prevent ohia na sane be ya wonso benya fa amudie no afi ehu nti na odi kokum ni nua so dia but akokoduro de enya akokoduro sane be ya ade bia nyame aka se ewo se yen gina bia wo se eduru bia no modena ebebo ewo yen gidie mu anamontuo mu ewo nyamesuro mu ena de akokoduro no ebetimi ame edi nkoni.
Yeah.
Na se ehu ba mu na ehu ba mu a edebone na eba. Ehu ba obi mu a adwumbone ne da etachiri. Enti se ni paso akokoduro pa onu achi wa kochiko bi no twente nya akokoduro asempese.
So
enya akokoduro but ehu obi anya sika ni bi nti ohia hu eda no so. Nti go bezo yi ohia hu no efri no so. Enti ehu na de sa adwumbone no anase epushi no abo timi kwaye sa ade no. But ye wo akokoduro no ewo nyame nyansa.
Yeah.
Ewo nyame adwene. Always, you know, he wait until the appointed time.
No so.
It is our akokoduro no ho asem ene ye kan. Se won't asem wo bon sam tutu was me na wo de na wo ko na de wo kura de na we na no we ye say you ene ye say ntu kura wo de e hu ye de bewo. At the moment ya wo ba agree obon sam afutu ye hu no. Wo say adwene be ba trimu bia na e ya adwene e ya adwembone. Na adwembone so ba trimu always na ye nkugo. You can get na obetimi akuni pa nya ho obetimi anya bia but oti wa na ne hu account say ye be chimi o
sanete
na se ye chimi a me kura dia makoyi kura no me ana makode mu akose mu akomfo ya hye me merese mewu enti oti wa ehu ene ehu na ma akoye sa de na ehu so ne be yu. It is akokoduro dia akokoduro always is like a justice. Courage is like a justice. Justify yourself. If you know you are clean, justify yourself. And if you know you have good and clear conscience, justify yourself. And that's reality.
Yo, Papa, da si bebre tifo said one Papa so the atoso say akokoduro no ehu hia ba hwe yie na akokoduro anjeje wanma bonsam de no ama wankwaye bone. Wasi di obi dua bia na no na otwa nti wo mo wade na ye bone a ba bia woni be kira ne nsawam ahanye nsawam wo ba kokoto Amsterdam ye ba bi bebre ai de be ba wada na wa wo de akokoduro na de kopie nti yenya akokoduro betimi ama ye ne mapa na hye nyame din ni yo nti ye de kasem yi be hye papa nsa na o de ewura Bible no na Bible so aka de akokoduro ebetimi aye ne de ontimi nye ene de beboae ye life na odma Bible so akasa kire papa so ntie de kasemu ehye wonsa
nana nyame hira tifo ati asem radio na so ebia na ne da uhwe asem radio na wuti asem radio omodna se dan de bia no odi ofidie ebeto ha na me ka kire se asem radio drama bia very nice ya me person ko bia nhwe bi especially ye ne wa buruche ni akontiumi wo bia nhwe bi na me sure say eno no nye de eno no nye ne edi nkan ne de twato bi say ami for no or the no asem radio de ni aka nyina be ba be kan ya afi asem radio ebe ye baby ukwa obenye waniji futu physical practical things ebema wonso wotimi asua ebeda yempanimfo nase na enede nso nyame ama yenkwai yempanimfo so ama yenkwai se enede nyame wo maye no so no yemfamre yenuanom yadofo ene wona etie yen yatamfo nyina yenta obia yedo by force assembly we love you dangerous by force. We can't do anything about that. But that one, there's no reason, no doubt. It's not. Intine yede asemi aya kukudru. Nene. Yene bekasa.
We papa mingra we yim kakre asema kan ya ntino. Mesra program e wa hanyina no uko YouTube YouTube na type Asem Radio TV. Ubenya numedi edi nyina wo Asem Radio TV. E hoso na ubenya sa movie enya ewo. Ubenya program na timu nsem ne enema bebre nti wo hokra na unya wire board na unhunu bibia onya. Ko topics bebre go ubetime bie bi na Asem TV na wo da ho na wo hwe wo TV screen kase no so. Enchen se obetwa no dia enema hunu. We be tumi ahwe e be boa wo ko ho prayer tower for ni nyina wo bia ubetimi da ho wo tese ubetimi wo hwe topic ko na wa wani ji hu no a ebi se courage ya na wa hwe na wa tie what microphone so adwena wo de bae na nyansa wo mu no topic bi now the yanti bo mo ni akọ Asem Radio TV wo ko so emia subscribe no so emia like no bell no so say the be ya atem ya na wa share so unia bi ehun se ha semfa so bi wo ha na de bia ye ba online pe ubon sa ma notification no hu se Asem TV for online na won hwere bi bia why ye da ase no wo so nti ase ti me sa de wa ma
ne ho asem anyen eche so obi amfa na asem ko type asem wo YouTube na asem so na asempa yes sanity ne ho asem anyen Nyame ase ede na ye kakukudro ya ye courage ho asem ti minum bi no nyina na ye be share asem bomodra na agudie wom amso nyimidie wom na ye be ka nyame no reserve for another day ye de Nyame ase ni am kase midin do so for because I do not send for Christ the King International Gospel Center Amsterdam and I'm no kasafa akudro courage na enam yemreniti yenche ho yebekoso ententem na afi yetumi ho babia Nyame die besi eye Deuteronomy chapter number 31 verse number 5 to 8 Deuteronomy chapter number 31 verse number 5 to 8 I want to hear kind now the Lord will give them over to you that you may do to them according to every commandment which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage. Do not fear, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Verse number 7. Then Moses called Joshua and said to him in the sight of all Israel, be strong and of good courage, for you must go with these people to the land which the Lord has sworn to their fathers to give them, and you shall cause them to inherit it. And the Lord, He is the one who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Do not fear nor be dismayed. Numbers chapter number 13, verse 17 to 20. Numbers chapter number 13, verse number 17 to 20. Then Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, go up this way into the south and go up to the mountains. Verse number 18, and see what the land is like, whether the people who dwells in it are strong or weak, few or many. whether the land they dwell is a good or bad, whether the city they inherit are like camps or strongholds, whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are forests there or not, be of good courage and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now, the time was the season of the first red grapes. Then can Ezra, chapter number 10, verse number 4. Arise, for this matter is your responsibility. We also are with you. Be of good courage and do it. Everybody permit was Jesus Christ. So when I'm to me, no one so Nede woman in Sansum, Yampai Bonnie say, Branabeka Sachin, my young Munyam, and we Jesus Christ, a certain demon, and I ebonpai. Yami and Shroud. Me no Ekasafa Akukudro, the benefit of Akukudro or the benefit of courage. Now, Bible says, Unyankopon, we nyamia ahodin tumi nyansa ni die enyina nimdie enyina efiri wonu Nyankopon kese enyina efiri wonu Nyankopon. Ebra Onyankopon eye se obechusu omanya your friend say Israel. But for your information, Israel eye obedient. Na enam se nipa no Nyankopon nam no so na raise sa nation, no, or the generation from the same name and omabeye nation from generation to nation. Now, every bit year na Onyankopon epese Oma Israel eni daso eni enyinaso no mo baby pa etna. Se obata bia woni ba ya na obata na hwehwe se obenya enyinaso pa e de amane banana se emofra obewo nti always, you know, he fights, prepares, and sometimes he sweats for the sake of the children why they would want about assassin. So yeah, no crane. Onyankopon ehye Abraham bose na sifo ene bedo se empoa no anua. Me ka some chiro. Maybe your great grandpa or your great grandmother. Onyankopon edisa boshi ehye no. So let's take your great grandparents. They are like Abraham. And let's take your generation. Umame, and I say Umame and Sunni Upapa. They are like Isaac. And once one brain, so Ujina was say Jacob. Now, but say and now a beginning from the beginning of the olden days. Yeah. A Janoma or more that generation. Your great grandparents, they are like Abraham, and our mothers at our age, and then our fathers, they are like Isaac. And then we, the generation, our generation, we are the Jacob. We need to, I mean, I was saying, and the Saturday and ye change it to be. Na Bible so Nyankopon hye Abraham saabo yi na saabo no ebe mu bra Abraham ewo Isaac na Isaac and so bewo Jacob, and the Jacob and a fulfillment, and the Abraham a covenant, and then Isaac a promise, and from Isaac, you know, and a binya fulfillment. So God, the covenant keeping God, the promise keeper God, and then God of fulfillment. That is why I can say Abraham Yankupon, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. The God of Abraham is the God of covenant, and the God of Isaac is the God of promise, and the God of Jacob is the God of fulfillment. Now, Bible is saying, when you share you know, A copy mu say onye bi ane friend is Joseph and ni anam ton to go to our our topic today no yankofa na anum copy na Moses enso ebepie mu na Moses enso ebepie mu no onyankopon edine ye adwuma bebre ana onyame hye ne se onfa Israel enko bo hye asase ne so but butayi binti ene niema binti Moses entumi ankodru bo hye asase ne so but meanwhile onyankopon ka kire Moses se ono no di Israel ebeko bo hye asase so. Sometimes our reactions, behavior, attitude, character, and then conduct play a vital role in each and everyone's life. My bonus say, enam nipa bi ene ye ene niema bi ane nipa bi ye ntino. Ema Moses ni ya na anase enipa na owo no sign. Moses obi a na o akokoduro anso eduru bre bi na otie nipa na otie n'ekira na akoye sase Moses na bamu eyebu na ekoba se na esese onyankopon changing the plan to enter into the promised land by the requirements or the request of Moses himself. Yeah, Moses ekachiro onyankopon se opese on the kenyame manehunu mepa e wasase nso ne asase no keke kura no na se na yanko kura no anka ope na onyankopon agree upon the requirements of Moses. Ya me person kachiro enawie ne se ni awodo ano beka no na wo bebisa no ene ne nyankopon de mawo memu hu abomfia na memu hu memtoto hu ase se ne be ya ni awo hwehwe e wa akoma ne mu wo beji atum ngodi amenyankopon na nso the requirements ya wo hu no bebisa no ene ne nyankopon be ya nwa adwuma. Now Moses na ekasa o kasa kire Israel and o kasa kire Joshua wasi Joshua onyankopon edi oman no ebehye wo nsa onyankopon edi oman no ebehye wo nsa na waye won sane nyankopon asem esie ene den me no kasa kakra ebia na buta ebiso ani so ebia na ohaw bi ewo ho ebia na manye bi wo situation bi wo ya eyo se asesa situation ni de obuafo bia eni bebia but the ne adai ne anopa wia anwumre me no kasa wo nyame asemu amenyame akire yen say there is hope for hopeless because God doesn't know our hopeless because God did not create us to become hopeless. But sometimes ideas and the way we position ourselves and sometimes the way we want quick answers, that is the reason why sometimes we was when Yankopon the Oman Besha Wonsa. When Yankopon edi nkunimdie ne ebesha wonsa. Onyame di enmunyam ne behye wonsa. Onyame di adwuma no ebehye wonsa. Onyame di aware ne behye wonsa. Onyankopon di ayaresa no ebehye wonsa. Nemum there are some conditions attached every blessing that God released. Now, Bible ne say, "Oso onyankopon di won ebehye wonsa, watamfo no behye wonsa." Now, atamfo in our generation, in our time, no, and say anyeme bia etiti wabrabo na de kodana or how ni amanie bebia na eya dia it come to fight you. Now whatever that fights your life can be can be taken as an enemy. When we talk about enemy na ye kan watam for nyebu bia bi nyoma bi nyoma papa bi nemum the one who operates through those people to come out with such or that characteristics. That's the enemy. And the enemy, when we call enemy, that means the agencies and also the deeds, the works of the evil, the evil doers or the evil things that we used to do, and the evil mindset that we have instead of having the mindset of Christ. And on the master ever. Now, and then he said, which I command you today. That means Joshua, no, she will be asking. Etibra Moses enso ye transition ediama Joshua no na che say e was say Joshua enso so no Moses kire no kwanya ofa so a otimi ni onyankopon eye dey edi ehyiamu na onyame eye ni nyame ketwa e wo Pharaoh fie na wo ye Aaron so odifo. Now Another day, when Yamiasem any year kasa, and sana a bit my uncle in Difono, Yamri and was in fancy when Uncle Pon Nassau Rasti. So your bow, so your bemo. The Hian say, when Yami free, I want to say, ye dinner sem, ye bit in a seminal, near dinner seminal, ye bay a senia as seminal essay. If we say, or see, on Smana sem, a man buy and chain, name or Smana semness and buy and chain, I just a bay a senia or Nunya coupon, a Smana sem and sana. Aba nemo ansana obi abetimi aye nkunimdifo no ebetimi akoye nemo no ade ba ko a ebetimi aye yempula eni se yebeye akukudrofo se uko airport ma menchire wade so uko airport wonu se cargo planes akese plane etimi fa no yonko plane a etimi fa cars plane etimi fa nipa fa cars. Now, so many types of plane. Now, plane is any kesi tibiano. Se plane no ebelodua edinenim ene kwashawo ena alodu. But se lodu we na se plane no pese it take it offer. You see, we call something called trekker. Now, sa trekker we call them pusher. And say sa trekker without that trekker the plane can never take off. Because the plane can never reverse and go back by itself, except say they develop and make some. Now, but sa trek a kitwa esne sa plane kesi. Na sa plane kesi no na enkwa ni petitro enipa hodo nyina ewo ene niema ehu hia nyina ewo. Okay, now sana sa niema ewo plane mu no ana nipa ewo plane mu no, no matter how appointment, the importance of appointment that you have, and found any appointment ya wo and found one in your air yeah was you do fly from another nation to another nation for you to survive, and found without that checker, without that pusher, the plane can never take off. So without courage, you can never pursue everything that God has ordained for you to be, to receive and become, victorious. Before so we be in we hear the little thing that called trekker and the little thing that called pusher. Now, trekker fidie anymore, play anymore. And no, any fidie no, and as a plane no be communicate. A bra one was a plane as you, and a all pushy plane. But before so be pushy plane, no, I just say pilots mean now ready, and everything is settled, everything is ready. They are ready to move back, but they cannot move back by themselves until the trekker pushes them back. And when the trekker pushes them back, he set them on the track so that he tell them now you can move forward and fly. Now, without courage, we can't fly. Without courage, we can't go far. Without courage, we can't be complete. Without courage, we can't complete our destination on earth so that God will give us a reward in heaven. Now, Bible said, Jacob, niba, na enka ono ne do ewonimu ana ekoba se okoya akwo baby na ne mu ena Moses wafiri aba na Moses enso ni Aaron ni Joshua enante but the true baby no na Moses no aka say I am 120 years 120 years but now no I can't go out, I can't come in, and because of that now there must be a transition. But onyankopon ma Moses share ubia ne seso ebetumi ayese no a person who has a different spirit said onyankopon kan the different spirit is the spirit a person who has the same mindset of his own master. Now Bible said yama adwena ewo Kristo mo no entra ye mu bi say yama adwena ewo Kristo mo ne tena ye mu bi dia ne Kristo ye bia na ebetumi aye wose onyankopon di watamfo be hye wonsa se ubeti wo wura di onyankopon nsam a mede ka kire we enhye, that is command, enhye asam a mede hye wo eneyi dia ene dia me ka kire won se hye wo hodene ma wo basam nyeduru na hye wo hodene na mo ma ensuro if we say esuro and fear is the greatest weapon of the enemy. Brothers and sisters, and you know do not put on fear. Say if you put on fear, you can't go far. If you put on fear, you have a position of stagnance. And when you stand in a position or in the level of stagnancy, that means you can't move forward, you can't go back. Then you become a cake and you stick at one place. Now, Bible they say, or catch they say, they say, be strong and of good courage. Do not fear. So courage in your too. We have the good one and the bad ones. The bad ones lead them to do the bad things. That is the negative one. And then the positive ones always go forward and move forward, not by themselves, by the authority and also by the power of the Holy Spirit. Now, do not fear, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. One in the nimbre kwa washishama wo. Ya wo bre, ya wa mre, ene ya wo bre papa. Ebi ya wo bre mu, bi obi wo nimbre mu. Ebi obi wo na bre papa mu. Ba mi bisa se, emu die hin ena se etowa. Emu die hin ena se sa bre uwo mu. Emu die hin ena wo nso waso ahwe ngo hu se nkunim dia ewo mu no etumi apejaw e free baby edu akọ baby. Now, was it saying Yankupon de onya na ompaw? Ewum se niam a wo hwe anim no ade na wo ye no niam a chia kakra nanso eka se nyakokoduru wo nyame mu na afi etu anamo to gidie anamo gidie ene akokoduru enenam fi se akokoduru ni mu a gidie entumi wie peye nti ade a gidie betumi aye no se gidie ebetumi e the good resource aba akokoduru which is say akokoduru ye courage no must be a pusher or a trekker. Send ye beya and no ebeye to say articulator head, and then the faith self can be like a trailer, right? So wherever the head goes, that the trailer follows. It and then near menu can once me and a Moses catch Joshua was na Moses afraid Joshua a dominion him and I'll catch Joshua say show hodne and a menu kasa ewyamimu show hodne. Na so show hodne ewe uradi mu a de nyame aka fa wo bia no ebebem che na ache che no ache nti na aise ne wabemu buo no but ka de enka ho baba so de ebebem na ebebem no ahoboa be no waye mesre se minnu yenya ahoboa na yenhwe urade animutie na se urade nyame a wakasa no so wakire yan ahomache kwan wakire yan anadwo kwan ahomanache a du anadwo ne sesumba oye han oye kwanchirefo wono no obekire yan kwan na wono ne bedi anim kan na ye nyira da bibiara da eye o se abrabo no mu no asa niema sini trase kakra mpese me hye won kuran empa aba efiri se wonwi a wonim ni a obenya ewum se abanisa na nso so no enka ho saa na mum eye ba na aba se ne kwanye fa so aba ye no saa kwan no na befa so a ebekro enti Moses se Joshua hye ho den o se eye wo na wo bedi dom yanim eye wo na wodi wabusuafo anim wo ni a wotie me eye wo na wodi wo ankasa waware anim eye wo na wodi wo ankasa wabrabo anim. You are the leader of yourself, you are the leader of in your house, you are the leader in the family. So if you put on discourage and fear, how do you expect it? How will you expect the family to go to the place that God has ordained for them? Now don't put on fear. Mema ehu ema wo na wo se na wurade onyankopon no asase a odima wajanom wo hye no kantam so wode bema mo wajanom no eye wo na wo behwe na enipa no akofa asase no adi so menu a wotie me ne aba ne de aba ne asini de asi ne atwam nso atwam ye wo wanim ne doso edi ne ameka kire one se hye wo hodene nyakokoduro me urade asem no eni wanim kan ne urade asem ne nkasa ma ho kwan na urade asem tutu nanamo wanamo fancy ye. If we say the entrance of the word of God gives us light, and where there is light there is life, and Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Now, if Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and if Jesus, we are in him, that means we are on the right way. We have the life, and then we have also the truth in us. And if the truth, which is Christ, is in us, then Christ is bold enough to question and also answer every question. Christ was so bold enough to face death when he was about to die. He knew, but he faced it, and he died to survive and make us to survive. owi ema yen se yen yebenya enkwa enti wo se Joshua we na me catch ro se ma akukunyedu ma abunyedu show wo ho den na asase no eye wo na obeche ewun se abusuani trasi ase eye wo na obepeja abusuani ti woni abusuani ti pejafo enti se won su si trasi abusuani si trasi no ye wo abusuani anim no ohun na abusuani atamfo eba befa abusuani japade ena nia me catch ro ni se show wo ho den efri se tumi ewo akokodrum na akokodrum tumi ena magidie etimi eso aba na saa akokodrum ni wa gidie entimi enso aba so obati nyame ne abati nyame asemase a agisa akokodrum du ko nyankopon anim enti nanyu re na wie na nwure bia wo bia no me show se ene ma obunye du mensuro wo se Ewurade wo nyankopon no a wafrɛ wo no ono a wama ade ache wo no se Ewurade entumi nhwe wo a wo ma ade enchi enya wakokoduro bi ena ma wo sɔre enya wonyansa enya wotumi na emom eyi onyankopon no ankasa ni nyansa mu no na waka sɛ enam akokoduro anase enam kunimdie bi a ono nyankopon asiesie na wo na obepagya e de ahye abusua ne nsam no wo na obepagya e de ahye oman mu no wo na obepagya e de ama adofo a ehwe onyankopon enhyira ene nanim tie kwan no wo na obeye wonti pagyafo was a Ewurade nyankopon ko a ena ne obekọ enuanom yema adwene wo Kristo mu no entrae mu se yema adwene wo Kristo no mu etrae mu bia Ewurade asem a ekura tumi no Bible say onyankopon anyi bibia anya nasem o was no ade bi onyankopon eyeye bia no onyame kasai na nia ohwehwe nyina ebai na no ebia ne esum bi abedru ade yobi so ebia ne sum bi abedru abrabo so Bible said, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So Newe Niame Kachron said, you have power, and God has ordained power and authority on your tongue. Whenever you begins to, render that power or send that power or declare that power, as how you believe, so shall you receive. And the Bible say, near Yebekano, Yebesuno, and then Ewurade. Eduma edimaya wasi Ewurade se onya na on power enti emehu anase wakoma entu efise Ewurade onyankopon ene ena ewo ho. Now sow courage and you shall harvest victory. Sow courage and harvest victory. Dia akokodru ni twankunimdie so obedua akokodru a ubetwa nkonimdie ntinano no oman ni nyina frɛ Ezra anom de to Ezra nim wasi sorry onua mekasa kyerɛ oneden sorry na sɛ wo sorry a ensem ni nyina na ɛyɛ wo so neda but ye dia wo ha sɛ yɛbɛboa ye wo ha sɛ yɛbɛkan wo mpaebom ye wo ha sɛ yɛde afutuo bi bɛtaa wachi ye wo ha sɛ yɛde nimdie bi bɛtaa wachi ye wo ha sɛ yɛde akwankyerɛ bi bɛtaa wachi ye wo ha sɛ nea wonnim ne ɛbɛmu wahu ye wo ha sɛ nea wopɛsɛ ohunu no ɛbɛda na di akyerɛ enti enedei asem ni nyina da wo so yesa wo sorry dia ene ye nso ye beboa wo. Arise, for this matter is your responsibility. It's our responsibility to arise. So when we arise to our feet, then God also will give us a hand. Onyankopon beboa ye amania ye hwehwe bia no ye nsaka but ebetimi agina menyame enso abeto yen ewo empempenso a onyame betimi aboa na agise ye ma the trekker anase the pusher and no yakukodro no you hold on to that pusher, and when we hold on to the trekker and when we need to go to the presence of God, the time that we need to go to the presence of God, the trekker will push us and bring us to the presence of God. There is something that is in you that brings you to the presence of God, your Redeemer. And then Numbers chapter number 13 verse number 17 to 20. Then Moses sent them to spy. Now all what is going on is something that God has sent you into your family to spy out whatever that will benefit the family. So if you discourage the benefit of that family, the benefit of that family can never be reached the family. But Ninyanani say Nyakukodru. Spy the land of Canaan and said to them, go up this way or that way. That means we can never do anything without the direction of the Holy Spirit. You can never do anything without the direction of God. So when you sem eba ema akwankyere, when you sem tumi wo mu, when you sem ahoɔden wo mu, akwankyere wo mu, afutuo wo mu, ɔhyɛ wo mu, ahyɛdeɛ wo mu, ana yenso ya sede ewo mu emu die hin ana wo di ye adwuma si ye ma onyame kwan ne se onyankopon konkron no ebe hye ye ma. Now if we do appreciate what God is doing, if we do render appreciation to God, whenever we appreciate whatever God tells us, God release his reward, which is his blessing of multiplication. So now we need to shift, because all the matters is our responsibility. So if it is our responsibilities there, then it is us who will open the door for Christ to come in. Bible says, "Mijina opunechi miribum." Na se obi betie mi no bie pono dia ene na nkameba. But before so obi betie na obi bie pono, first of all, na say nipa na appreciate the knocking, the shouting, and also the whatever that and whoever you are, the person must appreciate. And if we appreciate God, see, show appreciation to God. Appreciation, whenever we appreciate whatever God tells us, God releases his reward, which is his blessing of multiplication. Onyame siyema di nyame ye eso ye ni a onyankopon ebie ni nhira pon a edi enkoso ene empuntuo edi ba ya na abrabo mu eye awurade nko na be hyira yen so obra dwuma mfa bi nka ho na emom eye nyankopon enhyira ne manipa ye odifo. See, appreciate God that we can depend on him. Dependent, not independent, but dependent. When we step into the arena of independent, that means we can take care of ourselves, we can bless ourselves, but God did not create it in that way. That means the other way around. Now, dependent, whenever we appreciate what the word tells us, we receive faith to depend on what God has given us, which is called treasure. Now, say ye de wonto onyankopon so. Na say ye gi nyankopon, ye ma de nyame ye no so ye ni a. Na say ye ma nyame asem so eso ye ni a. Ye nsaka onyame ma ye ahodena ye bitim de agina e wo gidie mu na ye de ye ho ato no so. Na say ye de huntu nyankopon so e wo gidie mu de a. And onyankopon ma ye enhyira, yeah, and then we can call it treasure. Treasure, the definition of treasure is a lot. So I said, enti nia wo pe bia no onyankopon e de bemo. Now so ni nyina ne say ibenya akokodro. But say if we depending on God, yeah, then we need to come to the state of humble ourselves. There is difference between humble and meek. Meek is who you are. That's your nature, and humble, you learn to become. Now, so we must learn to become humble like Christ so that we can fit in. And humility, when we listen to God in humble or in humility, we receive authority to inherit the earth. What is earth? What do I say? See, a brain once onyankopon ma yentumi a ebetimi dia fa asase na di so asase ben and wo kan wo asemi asase a eye wo ya asase. What do I say? And na wo na wo so and onyame bebia aba edi nhira ene awodin ebebro. As a matter of fact, obiara ni nhira e wo ne achede a nyankopon edi ama wo. Your blessing is hidden in the gift that God has given to you. So by learning and also practice and also using the gifts of God, God increase the wisdom, the skills, so that you can be as how God created you to be. And the reason why he gave you that gift, with humility. Bible says, no, brand wants say a city ekosi and until onyankopon amani dina ebru dini nyina so. Enti name, to have a good name, to have a better name, great name, all starts there. That means humility and then also obedient. See, yes, city Abraham wants me nyankopon ebeye ni sa edi amai. Enti asasene ye be fe this one. That means God will take care, God will rule, and God will be a governor over our lives. So whatever that God declares, that will come to our lives. And then if we humble ourselves, then we depend on him, and then we appreciate him there. And then it gives us more confidence. You see, there's difference between courage and confidence. So what you say now, confidence, I wish you. It is a person. When we listen to God with humility, it produces confidence that helps us to receive God's promise that's in store for us. It is a chedia and when you share when you bosha washe say yenya awirishemu onyankopon mu a ebema yensaka akukoduru a ebekoso ase awa akukoduru atena anante akukoduru a ebedi yenimu kan ase treka no aboa yen ama yensa atumi aka onyame bosha wo share yen his own storeroom onyankopon storeroom. Now the only thing I bet me I'm a default and say trouble comes when someone perform for the wrong reason. Say if we perform for wrong reason, always it brings trouble to ourselves. That means we become disobedient. When we become disobedient to God, yes aswadin editia onyankopon wa edi eniema foforo eye obunsam eni ye ni obunsam ehwehwe yen osum yeto samenen. But let us sometimes sit down or all the time sit down and analyze ourselves and assess our ways and our deeds. And then at the end of the story, because of so justice, the Spirit of God will rebuke us and justify us, and at the same time the Spirit of God will guide us. So if we perform right by obeying God and also humble ourselves before God, we shift from carnality into spirituality. So when we say spiritual or spirituality means when you are in the right way, say position or mind, that means the word of God is spirit, and the Spirit of God is Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is the word. So say asemwa ye honhomiti emudia enye yem will enye yem will yempe enye yempe bio enkugu enye yendia. And when we step into the spiritual arena, spiritual persons brings rewards so long as the reward don't control them. Do not control them. A man ya want in control. A man wa butra winnie in control. A man who quick temper in control. A man adie biara betimi asewo in control. Nemo ma onyame nkonkron no kwai. Ne nyame nkonkron in control abrabo. Be bold enough. Be courageous. Don't be discouraged, but rather be courageous. Now, say if we walk in the Spirit, that means everything that comes to our life that we call it blessings, it first of all manifests itself in the spiritual realm, whereby we cannot see with our eyes. And then when it comes to our life and it is reopened to us, we call demonstration. That means the blessing. So if it is so dear, then that blessing, we call it prosperity. Prosperity is everything God gives us. About whatever that you have is two things. It is about the food and coverage. What you eat and where you sleep. And then also whatever that you put on is two things. That's the reason why we are suffering here on earth. Near your bedi and in your friend a Bible can was it the moon and the umbedian the umbefran yakin in our yet. If it says any mammy you need to know more assassins when your mammy you paid in Yamubedi and in Yamubefra. So what you saying? And maybe be on Hawaii and more bemumu if you say a dark one a Luncia, a bomb, and Sana diachi. If you are no panunciano, Udiama, and you renuncian, she any quine, na ebeba. Na prosperity ebe diasubia. We must be content with God's provision, and also we place whatever that God has given to us in a nice way. You see, we hold to them in a nice way. We cherish them in a nice way. Say, remember the sasso de aneo see me and so the Yankopon de Amaye. A dear Yamidiamo, be a home de pa, Uba had 20 years in hospital. But Ubiba have best 3 years in DBO hospital. Ubiba have best 5 years, 10 years in DBO hospital. Why can't you appreciate God? He said, the Yankopon de Amawon. and then when you mean shira appreciate them, and God will open another way for you. We must also remain dissatisfied with our own faithfulness and pursue God's own. And this is what we do nyansa. We are what we say we do nyansa. In fact, I want to. Nemum yem hwehwe de onyankopon ewo mayen echikwai na eno ene de yenhyira ene yahoto e de bebre na aka baako a eno na me de masemi abawie wrong motive adwene wo wutiri mu se wonya ensusuye bone a na ensusuye bone eba wutiri mu a ewo wonko a wutiri mu, that is the manifestation. Now even if it is manifestation and it is a wrong motive in the sight of God, you have already sinned. Why you born? You say, "Would you know? Now, so you know why you Quran a born? Na say, nyame to me aye juma. Na just say, who apologize to God, or you go back to God and ask God the Spirit to help you, so that when you make ebe wrong motive. Wrong motive can lead to wrong moves. That's it. Wrong motive always lead to a wrong movement. Now, say when you are doing to see your body, a wood trimwa, a dofa quambonis, a mauye at the bonnet. No beer or ye at the bonnie biana at the end of the story. No, when you say in whom abba, in whom babano, na bibia akachiri, nemo ubia wadia kukudro nantiano, when nanti wa kukudro nyansa munim diemu, entiasiemu, unyankopon kunkum, any unyankopon entiasiemua. So when nanti was a coin so in whom emma, nemo near ekobani say, unyami brain and nias no sani prayer, near necessary yami and say, God also appreciate your deeds and begins to open the floodgate to surround your enemies, and also open the windows of heaven and pour unto you the blessing that from God. And then also another one, you open the front gate of heaven for you to see the glory and also to receive the mercies of God. And then don't have a wrong motive, because the wrong motive can lead you to wrong movement. And then at the end, me say, who yourself, don't disqualify yourself. Don't be disqualified. Don't let anything disqualify you from going to your Father, your Creator. If you know that you qualify to go to the presence of God and you qualify to receive the blessings of God, God will never disappoint you. And God created us and He wants us, and He is still looking forward for us to become victorious. And anyway, and now wakuko drentino, unyakopon enfenshira, enfenguso, na eyenshira, ewe Yesu jemu. Medi ubesia, nyame ya adumwa, ya besan so atuaso. But ye nye, koswati ya asem, na share asem TV. Ko asem type asem YouTube ubohun nsem bebere o wira ho akọ o de me no kasa exist akora o de o mod na type asem na de akọ so ye shift akọ nti wo ko YouTube ko twen ye won ye ba nyame enhyira eya me osomfo osofo Eriko say donas ene ne me no akasa sutras ne mo bai ewrade nyankopon me da was we na wie so na motumi wa hoodin ene wo nyankopon ubasa unyansa no nimdiem wo si ye nya kokoduro unyankopon mu hyiae ewrade ye fa kokoduro atade na hye yinbi ese ya hyegidie mpaboa no na bre mu de ewrade ye kura anidaso ne ahobrase poma ye de bo wani ewrade boaye ne ntimi ntru wani ye hwe ase kura ye ewrade me da wase wonne de se aye ensa o nyame agya nyame oba nyame nkunkundim ene ye bon pae agidifo nka amen. Shalom, peace, God bless you till another time. Stay tuned. Apatakesie.